All right, and it's official now.
We are back.
What's up?
Episode 6. And we got some guests today.
It's a family affair.
For sure.
Yeah.
But y'all know, before we get it started, we're going to start it out with them good tunes. And then we're going to be back with y'all.
Can't bite my tongue, say what I please. Diamonds dancing up my sleeve. Dropped out school just ain't for me, but I still know my ABCs. Pills of X, got O's and P's. Catching plays, you catching Z's. Trapping out the double tree, just counted up like 40 G's. Ace of spades, let's have a toast. That's $1 million dose. Run up bands and do the most. Still breaking bread with all my folks. Jewels every time I spoke. Zaza every time I smoke. Slept on floors when I was broke. Now I give all my people hope. Food for thought, go grab a fork. VIP look like the fourth. Beat first, I jumped off the porch. We slide on ops like it's a sport. Crack infested, racks invested. Count my blessings, learn my lesson. Odds against me, God was with me. Up a mid and buy a Bentley. Chop it with you, give you gain. You just like me, you feel my pain. Chop it with you, give you gain. You just like me, you feel my pain. Ace of spades, let's have a toast. That's $1 million dose. Run up bands and do the most. Giving game to all my folks. Ace of spades, let's have a toast. That's $1 million dose. Run up bands and do the most. Giving game to all my folks.
There we go, y'all.
Oh, yeah.
I love that song.
I love it.
Oh my God, it is a vibe. I get excited every time I hear that song.
It's definitely
like,
a vibe for sure.
We got to do a TikTok. I'm gonna create a TikTok snippet for
Yeah.
that. Like,
They get every single
like, how do
episode
he know the
popping
words?
off.
He over here rapping the words.
I heard the song before.
Words. I mean, I know you did, but
They
I
play
mean,
on every episode. Yeah.
my
And
memory
it's
not
dope.
that good.
It's
the
dope,
beat,
dope.
it's the sound, it's the vibe, it's the wave, it's how it just.
It flows.
Oh wow, it's good.
Right. Shout out to Sensei Yagi. T-Real, he put that together for me.
He did his thing.
He did his thing on that motherfucker. He was cooking.
Definitely for sure.
So we got episode 6 going on today. And
Yeah.
this is our first episode with guests.
Yes.
We're here now.
We got La Familia in the
We got
family.
our people in the building.
yeah.
So let us know who y'all is. Who we got here today?
Well, I am Nayanda. This is my husband, Christopher.
Drop them.
And we're the cooks.
For sure.
We
the
are
cooks
the cooks
in the building.
Yes.
Let's get a bomb for the cooks going on in the building.
Drop your ads.
Oh, my Instagram. Oh, see, here we go. My Instagram is Run It Up Nay, and the Nayanda Collection. That is my my online store. You know, y'all go ahead and check me out.
For sure.
Big Cook _ Free J9.
Drop a bomb for it.
Okay.
Right.
That's
You already-
BIGCOOK FREEJAY9.
Okay.
Oh, we got that.
All right.
So we definitely got our peoples in the building today. And we're going to have our first marriage podcast because we are 2 married couples.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
I think the only 2 married couples in the family.
I know.
We might be.
And so
We
young
are.
too.
Well, in our family, because we're cousins.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
so they're married in, but I think we're the only 2 married couples in our family.
Yeah, for sure.
Mine too.
And we young though, so we learning day by day. That's the
Yeah.
thing about it.
Definitely.
So for this one, we're gonna call this one For Better or Worse.
Ooh, I like that.
That's
nice.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay, but
Because we in it for better or worse, right?
for sure.
That's right.
Yes.
I was gonna say for worse or worser, but the word worser kills me. I know that. That shit
Me too. I use
fuck
it,
with
but
me.
it kills me.
Yeah, I was like, I can't use it. That shit sounds crazy. Sound too crazy. But the first thing we want to jump in on is well, how long y'all been married?
Go ahead.
We've been married too long.
We've been married 6 years.
6 years.
We've been together for 9.
For sure.
So,
Y'all got skin in the
we're
game.
almost at a decade.
That is amazing.
Oh man.
It don't even seem like y'all been married that long because y'all
It does
been
not.
together for so long.
Yeah.
So like 6 years, this is like, wait, is that right?
I know,
y'all been together
girl.
for a long time.
A long time. Like he literally watched me grow up. So oh
That
my
time,
goodness.
that time, it fly by.
That time. And like every year I was like, oh, it's 6 years, 7 years, 8. But something about the 9th year is so close to 10. And like
Yeah.
10 to me is like that's huge, you
Right.
know.
Yeah,
Right,
it's a
right.
decade.
Yeah.
It's a whole decade.
Yeah.
Most of
Long
life.
time. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what's up.
Oh
So
yeah.
we got, so that's the good thing about it too. So y'all know each other. So anything we talk about, you know, everybody know each other pretty
Definitely.
damn well. Everybody know they other person, regardless if the other person be like, I don't do that. We know what each other do.
For sure.
And shit like that. So we gonna first jump in with, cause you know when you married, it goes from you being by yourself, doing everything by yourself, being happy by yourself, moving by yourself, to now every thought is a group effort.
That's right.
Yeah.
Everything is thought of like,
Everything.
hey, whatever I do in some way, shape, or form is gonna affect the person that's with me. You feel me?
Even down to dinner.
For sure. Absolutely.
It's so hard though sometimes too, because when like you make a decision, you know, based off of talking to your spouse, but then you have to know your spouse too. Like, should I really tell him this?
Yeah.
Because he may not care.
Definitely.
Like there's some things where I'll be like, okay, I know I should tell this to Blake, but I know Blake's reaction, like, whatever you do, mama, I don't care.
Right.
Whatever you do, it's your
Right.
decision.
That's
Like,
him.
so, but then when I don't do that, Blake's like, you ain't even tell me? And I'm like, I honestly didn't think you was going to.
See, it be that time, and sometimes, and you know what, with that, I think sometimes it's just more so our own. I mean, of course, number one is ego. I mean, we men, so ego always gonna be in there,
For sure.
and we got two strong, headstrong women. It's hard to have, you know, that much ego in one household.
It
You know,
is.
when you got two people that are alphas, it's hard to
Sometimes
step
it's like
back.
I don't want to back down, then he don't want to back down. Like
Clash
one
of
of
the
us
Titans.
gotta back down.
Yeah, somebody got to back. You know what's crazy though is I talk about it all the time. Your dad actually told me one day, me and him was talking. He was like, "Well, you can't have two gangsters in the house."
No, really.
And that shit was real. Like,
was.
I'll never forget that shit. Like, you can't have two gangsters in the
Yep.
house. Regardless
Yep.
of whatever's going on, you cannot have two gangsters in the house. So what's crazy about that is happiness is something that two people can feel together, but it's a self feeling.
It
So
is.
at what point do you feel like, you know, your own self happiness, is it becoming selfish to a relationship if it's a partner?
I don't think that you're ever being selfish with your happiness. I feel like you have to already be happy.
Right.
I have to be happy to make him happy.
For sure.
If I'm not happy, then he's not happy. You know what I'm saying? So I have to already be happy. I tell him all the time, like, I want to be happy every day. I want to wake up happy. I want to go to bed happy. That may not happen all the time because life happens.
Right.
But I want to be happy, you know? So I don't think that me being happy is selfish. I feel like that's what I need and that's what I deserve.
Right, right.
So does he. You know, I'm not taking that away from him either.
I look at it like I look at it like when you be with somebody how I've been with her so long and the bond we have, most of my happiness and my love, my happiness and funness come off of her energy. So if she happy, I'm happy.
Right.
Happy
If
life,
she's
happy
sad,
wife.
and I ain't never think that was true until you know what I'm
Till
saying.
you get married.
So I got married and really
Yeah.
understood the logic of marriage though. Because you could be married, but you got to understand the logic of it. Like
There was times in our marriage where, like, depending on like where we were in life, where if he was down about something or he was struggling with something internally, I would turn my light down. Like I would turn my happiness down. Like I would kind of like hold it in where I wouldn't show too much happiness because I was trying to stay on the level. Like I don't want to be too happy because he's not in a good place right
real.
right now
That is
mentally.
real.
But I was suffering and screaming on the inside. And I had to realize like, oh my God, like I'm killing myself. Not literally, but
Right.
killing myself emotionally because I'm not happy, and it was affecting our marriage, and it was affecting our relationship. And it wasn't nothing that he was doing. It was me more so like, well, I see that he's going through some things, but let me not be as happy as I want to be.
I get
Where
what
So you
saying.
kind of like just
Instead of being
dim your light
happy.
down a
like
little bit.
some of the things that I like to do that would make me happy. Like I'm the type of person where I go to a bar or I go to a restaurant and sit down and eat by myself just to have me time, and that makes me happy.
Yeah.
So when I felt like I needed that, I stay home because I didn't want him to feel like, you know what I'm saying? If he's going through something, I didn't want him to feel like, she going out and da da da. So I'm upstairs
Shit
like,
bounced on.
oh, yes.
This motherfucker going through it. And shit is
Right.
And plus when you
But
FaceTime her and
sometimes
shit.
She
it could be
having a
also
ball.
good because see, with you not being happy, you know, you have to have some type of balance. So maybe she needs that. You know, she need to go out and clear her head and you know just find her little me time
To
and
be there for
so
you.
that when she come home now she got an open mind.
Yeah.
You know, she's her spirit is good. So now she's like, okay,
Yeah. And so-
let's go ahead. Come on, let's start.
Right.
Let's finish where we left off at.
And Blake isn't even the type, like he's not even that type of person. Like he always wants me to be happy. It was more so me eternally thinking that I can't be as happy. But he said all the time, like, I just want you to be happy.
That's
Like
Chris.
do what you
That's
want.
Chris.
That's vice
Go.
versa.
You know
That's
what I'm saying?
crazy.
Go. He'll tell me to like go. And I'll be like, no,
go ahead, go.
I'm
Because
scared.
the thing is see, what's crazy about it is when you in a relationship and you married and all of that stuff like that, you feel your partner's energy. Like
Absolutely.
so, even if she tells you she's fine,
You could tell.
you know she's not fine, and that's
For sure.
the one thing where like I tell her my biggest pet peeve. I don't care about a lot of things, like a lot of stuff I really don't care about or I don't trip about. My biggest pet peeve is if we in the household together, I hate not to be able to be myself in the household.
Right.
Like if she is angry, I need my friend to be able to go upstairs and talk shit about other people, whatever it may be.
You know, Chris used to have this thing. I'm sorry to cut you off. He
Oh, no,
used to
go
say, "Love me even when you're mad."
For sure. For
You
sure.
know, love me when you're mad. And I used to be like,
I know it's the hardest thing to do.
That's the thing I be want, you know what I'm saying? That's the thing we
so I definitely understand what you're
it
saying.
be like, that's the thing, the word like, okay, you love me now when it's fun.
Yeah. But when this shit upside down, I need the same thing. Or even if we have a little bit of a disagreement or a little bit of an argument or whatever, like I
Like
don't
the
want to
end
go
of
to
the world.
bed on that shit.
Yeah.
I don't want to, you
Yeah.
know. See, and that's like the one thing that I will say, like, if we get into an argument, like my wife is stubborn. So like if we get into an argument and stuff like that, she'll hold that shit for like days and days and days.
See, I'm so
And
glad
you know-
I'm not the only one.
But
Okay.
yeah, but see what's crazy about that is it's even wilder because not only will she hold it for days, if you reciprocate that energy back and start giving her bad moods back, then she'll flip it and be like, well, you've been walking around with a bad mood the whole and you be like, no, I just was going off according of what the fuck was going on in the house.
Vice versa.
Yeah. So it'd be wild stuff like that where you just in a situation because you always want everything to be good, but you know everything not gonna be peaches and
it's
cream
not.
all the time. You know shit ain't gonna
That
be
is marriage.
Nobody perfect.
exactly.
Nobody perfect.
But that's the movies.
Man, listen, that's
Yeah.
straight movies, that's Instagram, that's all
All
the
that
bullshit
fairy
that they
tale.
put out there
I
that
would
ain't
even
true.
say happiness in marriage and happy in bad times, I would say is probably happy 40, bad 60.
That's how ours be. For real.
Yeah, because
But is it really sad or is it just not
it's not well, okay,
all the way,
it's,
like-
it's just not
Tough time.
it's tough times. Yeah, I'm not saying it's like overly,
Bad.
bad situations. It's just tough times, disagreements. It could be petty. You know what I'm saying? But when we come together and we have those happy moments, oh my God, those are the best moments.
Yeah.
Like some of the most, oh man.
right.
So I would definitely say between us over the years, 9 years, 60-40.
60-40.
60-40.
We have our argument, like petty stuff. We fall out about like petty
And I'm
stuff.
stubborn.
Yeah.
You know.
Pick this up. Oh, you pick it up.
Right. Then everybody walking over it all
And the
day.
whole argument turned to
A big
getting
ass
in
blow.
blood.
Yeah.
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 One of our icebreakers is like if we've gotten into a big old argument and we're not talking, eventually somebody gonna get hungry. So it'd be like I'll come downstairs. What you want to eat? You hungry?
Right.
And then he'd be like, I guess I don't care. Whatever you get.
Yeah.
And then it be like,
and then we eat together. And
then we
so
go eat
babe.
together, right?
Yeah. Cause then the thing is at the end of the day, like I'm the type that if we get into an argument, I could get into that argument, and as soon as that argument over, I could be over.
Yeah.
Like as
Yeah,
long
I'm
as
the
I get a
total
chance
opposite.
to voice my opinion and I feel like what I got to say is validated and said, I'm cool.
Okay.
So I'd be like, all right, I ain't really tripping. I ain't really
Yeah.
whatever. It didn't happen, you know. But see, with her, it's the total opposite because she'll like as soon as we'll get into it, like the other day we get into an argument. And she like, I don't want to talk about it no more. I don't want to talk about it no more. Woo, woo, woo. And I'm like, all right, well, we ain't gonna talk about it no more. It's done. I'm like, well, come here and give me a kiss. I ain't giving you no kiss. I'm like, but it's over with.
Right.
Why you can't give me a kiss? Because I don't want to give you a kiss. Like, why not?
It's
Like,
over
you can't
with.
give your husband a kiss. It's over with.
Sound
we
like
gonna lock that shit in with a kiss. It's
right,
done.
for sure.
Like, but she'll rather be like, no, I'm not gonna give you a kiss, and I'm gonna go upstairs and
Yeah.
still be pouty. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Even though we just said it's over. Like, so that's the main thing with me is I just feel like happiness. Number one, happiness you got to find on your own. Like
Definitely.
you got to find happiness
Within
on your
yourself,
own.
bro.
You because
Yeah.
it's selfish to even make somebody else get your happiness for you.
Right.
You know?
Definitely.
Like
yeah.
if somebody else has to get your happiness for you, then it's
You
just
can't be happy.
Yeah, you're not
Yeah.
truly happy.
You're not
For
truly
sure.
happy.
For sure.
Because you reaching in somebody else to have them pull out what
Right.
you should already be able to find in yourself. You know, because happiness isn't the shoes you got or the car you got.
Right.
Or happiness is an internal mood.
Yeah.
It's I woke up this morning.
That's right.
I'm walking.
Absolutely.
Even if you're not walking, I'm rolling. You know,
Yeah.
I'm in this. I'm still breathing. I may be in a
Yeah.
wheelchair, whatever. That's what the happiness is. So, I just always wanted to understand, like, because to me, it's a really, really thin line because sometimes you going after your happiness can make the other one kind of feel like
You don't care
they're
about
not
them.
included.
Them.
Right.
Yeah, like.
Right.
Well, actually, he's actually said that to me before.
Mhm.
I'm just not getting to a point to where, like, in all aspects of life, I'm genuinely happy. You know, and so he's watching that, and so he'll be like, you know, he might have his little moments, have his moods, and he'll be like, well, I don't feel like you including me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blake's had those moments
Yeah.
too.
And you know what? With me, I think a lot of those moments be too, like, it be stuff that I feel like should be happiness together. Yeah, we gonna pause. Yeah.
Okay. I'll be right.
Because I don't know what he in there doing. He in there going ham.
Mama duties,
Right.
daddy duties.
He in there going crazy.
This tastes cool too.
All right, so we had to take a break for a moment.
One of the kiddos woke up.
Yeah, he was in there acting crazy.
But where did we
We were speaking on happiness,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
the point of the things where you don't feel included. I've definitely had those moments where I didn't feel included, like especially when it's like we'll be talking about it and I'll be like, damn, you ain't even. You know, you ain't even try to check in with me or see or and she'd be like, well, I didn't do it intentionally, and I'd be like, well, it's impossible that you didn't because other people was included and I wasn't. So that damn show was intentionally because you ain't include me. For
sure.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
But it wasn't. It's not intentional because as your wife, I already know you gonna ride with whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm not thinking, oh, I'm not gonna include my husband because I don't want to hear his opinion. You gonna ride with whatever I do because at the end of the day, you trust the fact that whatever decision I make is gonna be best for not only our family. I mean, not only for me, you and I, but our entire family.
Yeah, right.
So it's just like.
But sometimes you just want that wife to come to you like,
Yeah,
hey,
that's
hey,
what I go
what's up?
through.
Yeah.
Cause dude, I'm talking about, I do it with everything.
Yeah,
like
me
I don't
too.
care what it is I'm about to do. I hit her up
Vice
and be
versa.
like, "Hey, what you think I should do? You think I should?" And she be tired. I could be in the store. I'm like, "Hey, I'm about to get this. I'm about to. What you think? You think I should?" She be like,
That's how I
"I don't
be.
know." So I'm a person that I hit her up and include her in
You do.
every step by step.
You
too.
do.
No, I'm the total opposite. I try to include him in a lot of things, but I think Chris be like, I think I probably include him with too much. He be like, oh my God, what is she talking about
He
now?
like, man,
This
I
what she
ain't.
do to
Okay,
me.
here we go.
This
And I
what
be
he-
like, but babe, I'm trying to say something. So I stopped. I don't even. So that's the reason why I did stop, because I feel like he wasn't interested. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
I'd still be. This is the only thing me and her go with it, because I really don't be really like tripping, because I'm like, I know. Yeah, whatever she
got
gonna make
it.
the right decision.
Yeah.
But it's what I don't. This the part that irks me when she be talking about stuff and she be like, I, and I be like,
Oh yeah, that burn my
and I be
ass.
like, everything I say
ass.
be us,
we, our,
you.
I'm talking about everything.
She be like,
It's
I mean
not.
us, but
Look,
No,
even down
say
to this,
us. We
she'll
is
be like
couple.
this. She'll come to me and be like, "Can I take your car to the store?" I'm like, "Can you take my car to the store?"
Right.
Is the fucking car out there in our garage? Go fucking get in that bitch and go. Like, what is you talking about?
that's how we.
Yeah.
That's the only part we
That
have.
is us.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Or like we'll be talking about something and like, say for instance, like the boys that we done bought him something, or she done bought him something, or we be sitting there and it'd be like his birthday and she'll be on the phone or something. She'll be like, yeah, and I bought him this and I got it. And I'll be like,
Ain't no iron.
I'd be looking around like, you see me?
That'd be my main thing right there.
And I don't know if it just may be a woman thing.
It's
I
just a
think
woman
so.
thing. It's just
Because
a woman thing.
the moment I step out this house, it ain't no I be like, me
Okay.
and my husband,
That's right.
we this and we that, and all types of stuff. I think it's just,
It's a
I don't
woman
get. I
thing.
think
When
it's just a woman.
when I'm saying it, I'm just saying
Yeah.
I in the moment.
Yeah.
But
You mean
I don't-
us though?
I mean us.
Yes, I mean us.
Yeah,
for
right.
sure.
She be like, I'm
And
about
you
to
know
go on
I
a
mean
trip.
us.
I'll be like, oh, where you going by yourself?
Right.
I mean, and
sure.
have I went on a trip by myself yet?
Girl,
But don't
I
say
literally.
Not yet. Okay, so let's be clear. If I'm saying I, that means it's we.
It ain't.
I'm saying I in the moment, but that's not what I mean.
When is we became I?
That's what I'm saying. When it's I be like, yo, you
Okay.
you,
Right.
you hit
I
me
need to
with
practice
the I.
on saying we more.
Yeah, because I mean, at
Okay.
the end of the day, too, I think just as men, I think our aspect of things are so much different
Yeah.
when it comes down to a family unit. And one thing that also happens when it comes down to a family unit is when y'all have kids, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Then that mom automatically almost switches the we to us and you.
Definitely.
I've
For
had-
sure.
So,
Definitely.
and
I've
then you
had
just be
those
sitting there
moments.
like,
Like,
what the
what?
hell?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm an eyeball out.
Yeah, like,
Even I even got it to bad, so I be like my daughter.
oh yeah,
I
You
do that
know,
too, yeah.
my baby,
She'd be
my
like, I know how to handle my daughter. I'm
Yeah.
oh yeah,
yeah.
I've been handling our daughters.
Yeah.
It's our daughter. For
sure.
I get my socks.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
She turned into my baby real quick.
And the thing is with that, I just think we all have to always be cautious of that in a relationship too. And it could just be it don't necessarily have to be something y'all doing wrong. It could just be a fragile male ego.
Yeah, for
You know
sure.
what I'm saying? That we haven't
Yeah.
I feel like
got
it
to that
is.
point to
Yeah.
develop past it.
Yeah.
But it takes time for us to, realize some of the stuff that we
Right.
do and try to
Definitely.
adjust. Because a lot of times though, I feel like in the household dynamic, a lot of times I feel like, and this is just maybe because I'm the male, I feel like the male is the one that does majority of the morphing as the life goes on. Like his old ways, like I know y'all get rid of old ways and stuff too, but like his old movements, his old ways, his
Very
old
true.
lingo, his, the way he
Everything
dresses,
changes.
everything
Yeah.
changes,
Everything.
and it's a constant change for him when, we, the woman sometimes is just like, hey,
Yeah.
it's almost like these things are embedded in them and it just happens.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say that, just because
Right, though.
us growing up in the households that we've been in, we've always seen our mothers and our aunts strong women,
Absolutely.
independent women, single women. So we've taken on what we were raised to see.
Yeah.
Right.
And then, so it's not really, like you said, you guys morph into fitting in that image versus we have to morph into kind of making sure that us as women too aren't too strong and too independent, because I struggle with being vulnerable.
Me too.
I struggle with
Me
being
too.
vulnerable. So you guys are morphing into the image of taking a step back. And for you guys too, if you guys are raised with single moms and y'all didn't have male figures around, that's the kind of role you played, just being kind of the men of their household behind
Definitely.
y'all
So
mother.
it's hard to
So it's
cut it off.
hard. It's hard.
For sure.
And you know what's crazy about that is the vulnerability part. I think as a male, and this is just the male perspective, as a man, you want to be that sole everything. You want to be the one that takes care of her, protects her, all of that. So you want to see that vulnerability. Like,
Gotcha.
I know I have my place.
Right.
I know, you know, but then it's like if y'all get into an argument and that one time you be like, man, you know what, I don't know, we can't even do this. I'm just overblown, and you get like a response like, well, okay. You like, well, no, you was supposed to be like, what, let's
You looking for your girl to reach
like, what the fuck?
fight for it a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, what
You
you
right.
mean?
That's a
It's
good.
okay.
I like how
Like,
you put
You
that.
say that all the
Yeah.
time.
You say all the time. Even if in her soul and her heart she gonna fight for it.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just be looking for the
You just want to
reaction.
hear
just
it,
the,
like
just
just
the
show
insurance.
me.
Like,
Yeah, because then when you don't get it, you be looking like,
yeah, I'm like, I'm about to. Well, what if I just bleed? Leave.
leave.
I'm like,
Yeah, you be like,
and if I leave, you know what's going to happen. That's a double standard, but
it definitely.
I just want
So you really about to walk out the
Yeah.
house?
Right.
You really about to leave?
that's all I
So,
want to
then-
hear.
so you really left?
Right.
Wow.
And
Okay.
then outside of just y'all though, like if the situation, it don't matter if y'all was dead wrong in the scenario. If we leave as men and y'all become single parents, we gonna get bashed regardless because we left
Yeah.
our family.
Definitely true.
And
And
you know,
that'd be the easiest thing to do. I'm gonna tell you personally is to leave and run away.
man, listen,
It's
yeah,
easy.
It
Just
is.
sitting there fighting and treating your woman and your wife how she want to be
yeah.
and juggling and all that and with the kid and all that. It's hard. So
It
the
is.
easy
Yeah.
thing for especially
fuck
the
it,
black
man.
man is to run,
Yeah.
to leave.
I
That's
ain't
why
got
a
nothing
lot
to
of
Because that's what they
single
saw.
Yeah.
That's what you see.
Exactly.
Your father ran, my father ran, and
Yeah,
fathers
my
ran.
grandpa, all of
Yeah.
this. It's just like a
Yeah.
history of people.
Because the
walking
man
around.
is because it's for sure nationality is it's harder for the women because if the man do run and leave for real, y'all automatically unless we go to the courts and we do it automatically the
Yeah.
woman get the kid.
Go get the kid. That's what I was just about
Right.
to
You
say.
know what I'm saying? So
10
it's like
out of 10.
10 out of 10, 9 out of 10 times
Gonna
I've
have
seen
a
in my
kid.
life the man could just leave freely and his worries and everything could be
Yeah.
over with. Like
Yeah.
so it's hard to stick there with all the responsibilities and all that. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm learning now. Like
and it has to be commendable for you
sure.
all to still
Yeah.
to recognize those struggles.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Because you've seen people leaving. You
Easily.
you were raised in a household where you see men leaving.
Right.
So for you all to kind of change that cycle and recognize these and say,
Right.
you know what, I'm gonna stick through it. I don't care how
sure.
much you drive
That's
me
right.
crazy.
That's
Stay in
I don't
this
care.
house.
I'm staying in this house because
Right.
at the end of the day, it's also not going to benefit our marriage, but it's
No.
going to benefit our kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
having two parents in the household.
Oh my
So
gosh, man.
I commend you.
Oh, yeah,
Right.
definitely.
Top of I commend you too, Chris.
Absolutely.
I commend y'all because
Absolutely.
you know y'all breaking a cycle just like we're breaking cycles. You all are breaking cycles
Right.
as well.
yeah.
And you know what? It's just crazy because from the outside looking in, like before you have kids and stuff, you just be like, man, that shit just sound too crazy. I don't want to have no parts of it. But once it actually
you
happened,
get addicted
you
to
get
it.
addicted to it. Like
look
it's
forward
what
to
you
It's like
breathe.
your tomorrow is your family.
For sure.
Yes.
And mine's
sure.
different,
Yeah.
You know?
because I had a chance to have kids before her, so I never was in a household with none of my kids I had.
Right,
So it was
right.
like I never learned how to really be a father. I was a daddy, come around, give them money, look out, spend a couple hours with them. Once they go to sleep, I leave. So I never learned. So me having my own family, it taught me all the ways around how to be a man. So I felt like that stirred me right and not want to be in the streets no more,
Right.
be wild no more. 'Cause
Right,
I got something to really be here for.
Yeah.
Like, even though my kids been there, but they my kids, I can go look out for them and all that. But as far as my own family, it changed me. Like, for real, changed me.
It do though, and you know what? I
Yeah.
done seen that in other situations though. Like when it's men that they have had kids in previous relationships and they're not in that household, but then when they finally get that opportunity to be
help
a
'em,
father
for sure.
and be step by step, like the
Yeah.
whole process. It makes you just realize, like, man, this is a whole nother lifestyle that I
don't wanna lose.
So
everybody
I
should
want
get.
to ask a question. So how is it navigating, just a response from both of you, navigating a blended family? Because there's stereotypes
question.
on
Definitely good
how people should handle blended families because they say, oh, it's the baby mama drama, baby daddy drama, and it's not supposed to work. So
this is what I'm gonna tell
for
you.
y'all, from your experience, how does it?
My experience for real. When people tell you that, this is where it comes from, and this is me personal experience. Only way is the baby mama drama and the bull and the drama with the kids' mothers and all that is if the father's still condoning with the kids' mother in some type of way.
Oh yeah.
Get what I'm saying?
Definitely
Even if it ain't sexual or physically, it's like you answering to her, you treating her like she your main lady because she got your child. So it's like interfering with your relationship. So once I had to learn like the respect level they had to show my wife for this to work, it had to be there from me first, not them. Because if I'm seeing them and they flirt and I flirt back or say anything or something, they ain't respecting my wife.
That's
so
true.
So when they get mad, they do anything they want to do. They go on Instagram, do anything wild, be disrespectful. But when I ain't giving them that type of leeway, it don't be nothing but just respect.
Right.
They gotta respect it. You know what I'm saying? And they make it. I feel like me personally, me doing that made it more comfortable for her.
Yeah,
that's good.
Than it ever been. Like
That's
you know what I'm
good.
saying? Like, but
I feel like I always was. Well, even before I had my daughter, I always all his kids. I feel like when they're in my presence, you know, they're our kids. You know what I'm saying? I never had that feeling like,
That's huge.
well, they just his
That's huge.
kids. You know
That's
what I mean? I
huge.
do
That's
everything.
real big.
Birthdays.
That's huge to say. I'm sorry
everything.
to cut you off.
That's
Because a
part
lot
of
of
this.
women don't think
You hear
like
me?
that.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
strong woman.
Yeah.
That's what got most of this heart is that. Like,
Yeah,
to see her.
definitely. Because I'm like, you know, we gonna tackle this together. And this is before I even had kids. So even when I had my daughter and I became a mother, I felt like even more so, you know, I have to open up my heart. You know what I'm saying? When they're with us, when they're at our home, they spend nights with us, they spend holidays with us, birthdays,
When
everything.
I was in prison,
so,
she had them without me.
Right.
That's
right.
big.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's
Like
big.
it comes from the man first, but it got to take a strong woman too, though. Like,
Yeah.
because if you ain't a strong-minded woman and in tune with yourself and who the woman you is,
Right,
you're gonna
right.
always feel uncomfortable. As far as like when the big mom's FaceTiming for my kids, you will be uncomfortable with it because
With
why she
that happening.
FaceTiming?
Yeah.
You know you confident in your man doing the right thing.
Definitely.
you really can move and walk better. Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
now I don't feel any type of way.
nothing.
Right.
Like
I don't feel anything
That
because
came
I
from me.
know it's the security there.
security.
That's
like,
awesome.
You know, I don't feel when I say zero, nothing. They could call anytime, and they do. You know what I'm saying? But now it's a difference. It's not. I think at this point they know it's zero tolerance, zero disrespect on both
calmer than me.
ends.
Right. She calmer than me. Some stuff I'll be mad about. She like, forget it. It
ain't
You know what I'm
whatever.
saying?
Yeah, it is what it is.
It be
You know.
like fluke stuff. Like they see, I live with Callie, so Callie is there with me every day. So
Every
they be
single
like,
day.
some of them feel favoritism
Oh,
sometimes.
right.
But
Yeah.
I said, that's what I hit him with. You in the house with a dude and he around my child, I ain't feeling no ways.
Right.
As long as they being respectful. Like,
Yeah.
like if you in the house with a child, you're gonna be there with the child more than a child you're
Most
not in the house with. You know
Most
what I'm saying?
definitely.
But
Yeah.
And you know what's good about that though is just speaking on blended family. Blended families go beyond just having kids outside of your relationship. Blended families is y'all being a unit and having two separate families.
Right.
Because
Yes.
just like
Okay.
y'all spoke on, like real talk though, because like once you blend two different families, you have two different
personalities,
entities
for sure.
that you
Definitely.
putting together, and I feel like they both still want a part of
The individual.
that individual. Like, you know, it's like you gonna be your mama's boy, your
Right.
father's whoever, your auntie's this, your uncle woo,
Definitely.
woo, woo. And then she gonna be her mama's daughter and
Yep.
everything else. And at the end of the day, I think sometimes it takes a lot from both parties to come together and show like this is my unit now.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh no, y'all still family. I still love y'all to death. Stuff
But
like
this
that.
is
But
my
this
family.
Is my,
This
Like
is
this
the one I
is
built.
this is the one I
this is
built.
what I built. This
Definitely.
is my,
Her
know,
grandma and
Yeah.
grandpa built
And it-
y'all. I
it
built
took-
this.
right.
Yeah, and it took me a while for me to put my family first, like our family first,
Right.
Because I'm the type of person where I'm so acceptable and I'm always want to fix now it would be extended family from like my immediate family from situations helping, and I'm just like right away they call, I'm jumping, I'm going, and this and this and that, and not thinking about
that's
how
what you're
it's
used
gonna,
to.
that's what I'm used to, and not thinking about how it's going to affect my kids, how it's going to affect my husband, how, you know what I'm saying, because I'll get up and run out the house and didn't even cook them nothing to eat, didn't even order no food,
right,
you know what I'm saying, baby probably ain't got no Pampers, and he like,
what the fuck?
handle this first.
Yeah.
It took me a while to really grasp
That's
that.
hard,
and
though.
And I
take it
will
on that
say,
road.
because
hard, though.
our family, we're very much family oriented.
Yes.
Like we grew
Yes.
up, like we all we got
who
for real.
y'all
So that is
Look at
definitely
it.
hard to do.
Yes, it
Our
is.
whole time. You hear me? It been a time Nate felt like she was going against everybody because she was still messing with me.
Yeah.
And it was like
Yes.
she was
It be
uncomfortable.
We're definitely family oriented. So like it, so that takes time. You know what I'm saying?
Especially with y'all for sure. Y'all.
Yeah.
It took me a
Y'all
while,
TT
and I
auntie
still have my
babies.
moments.
Right.
Show forever.
I still have my moments, and I be like, man, I ain't about to answer. I ain't about to respond.
Yeah, me
And Blake
too.
be looking at me like,
Me too.
all right.
Please.
But
Like
no,
if somebody call me, I'm like, I have to look at him. He be like,
Yeah, don't play like you ain't.
What
gonna-
you, so you about to leave at 3 o'clock in the morning?
And then and then what makes
like,
it
but
even
she's
crazier
crying.
in the dynamic is a lot of, like he was speaking on, like that respect that you already demand. So it's like this is exactly what I demand, that like your outside your other kids' moms and stuff, like this is how y'all gotta respect, and this is how y'all gotta move.
For sure.
That has to be built. If it's not built,
Yeah.
Ain't gonna be no structure.
then it's
no nothing.
and then
Right.
outside of that, like the outside family and those
They will never
They'll
never
feel
really
like they
respect
can't.
it.
They
Gotcha.
always got something to say.
They
or
can-
It's
because-
definitely up to us to build that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because if we going full fledged, respect
gotta
it or
know.
not,
Yeah.
they gonna
You come
respect
to my
it.
family reunion,
Right.
my family members better know what to say. This is my wife.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
don't be disrespectful. Don't make her
Right,
uncomfortable.
right. Don't.
And they know that though, because they treat her like better than me. Because
They
they,
do.
know I don't play.
They do.
You feel me? Ain't no slick stuff.
Yeah,
They do.
Don't play with this one. 'Cause
And you know, it's
we all
just crazy because it's so hard to detach from what you grew up with for so long.
Right.
Especially in my scenario. I think my scenario
No,
is
okay.
oh yeah, let me I think our scenario is so much different too, because they're business together. So even outside of everything else that may be going on, because they have that business together,
Yeah.
they still are attached at the hip 24/7.
Yep.
And even before that, I know before the business, like it was, I didn't go a day without talking to my sister or my mom. Like FaceTime, we'd be on FaceTime together, and Blake be like, "Can y'all be any louder?
Right.
Like, can you go upstairs?" And we'll literally sit there on phone 2-3 hours.
Yeah, easy.
Easy.
Chris know.
And she still do. She just did it
Chris
yesterday.
know.
They
Like
do the same
literally
thing.
yesterday, all day.
Yeah.
Like yesterday, it was like, okay, we got up late. We got up late. Literally from the time she got up, got on the phone. She took about 3 calls, and then went to sleep, and then went upstairs, laid down. I thought she was still asleep. I came upstairs. She was back on FaceTime with her sister, and I'm just like Jesus Christ. Like, I remember on Valentine's Day, the day after
my
Valentine's
God.
Day, her sister was like, I couldn't wait for the day to be over because I just wanted to call you. Oh my God. And I'm just like, damn. Like, because it'd be so crazy. It'd be times like, if she don't answer her phone, like they have called and called and called, and she don't answer her phone, they've come to the house.
Oh my God.
Like, is everything okay? Is she? No, I killed her. What do you mean?
Right.
Like,
my wife, I did something to her.
right. And they'll pop up.
Yes.
She's having family time.
Listen,
like-
I'm telling
and
you,
she'll
that
be
just
asleep.
goes back to how we were
Yes.
raised.
It's hard breaking that up.
It's in us.
I promise you, I
honestly.
know what you feel, Blake.
Honestly,
I'm
even
9
to the
years in
point
this.
to
You be
where
like-
Chris had to kind of like get with the program, like
You kind of
So
do.
he's built a relationship with my sisters and my mom. So now it's like sometimes we be on 3-way FaceTime. Like if I'm not at home, we'll be on a 3-way FaceTime.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he's done that with her and my sisters. And, they build their own
Trust
relationship.
and believe, we went through it.
Oh,
Especially
it
them
was-
sisters. Them
Oh
sisters.
yeah,
You hear me?
definitely. We 9 years in, so trust me.
We can't do
And so,
everything.
but see, now it's to the point where too, like my sister and my mom will call Blake now just to see like, hey, when you talk to Tyler, where's she at? And then so Blake be like, well, if I'm not with him, he'll look on like find my iPhone or find my share location with the person. He be like, oh, she such and such, she here, she there, and they be like, well, she ain't answering the phone. So
Like
then,
just the other day.
Put an Amber Alert out.
and he'll call me like, yo, mama,
They
I'm
don't need to
looking for
do that with
you.
me. They just call right to my phone.
Yeah, they call him.
Hey,
Blake.
Chris, where Nayan at? I be like, she at work.
Yeah.
She not answering.
Right. And that, but you know what? That's what, like yesterday, I was sitting, or the day before yesterday, I'm sitting in here, I'm chilling, and my phone rang, and it was her sister. And she's like, hey, Ty not answering her phone. Could you tell her to call me? And I'm just like, when she don't never answer her phone, it's because she sleep. Like, every single time. Like, literally, every single time. If she don't answer her phone, she sleep. Like
She's not a robot.
Yeah.
She sleeps sometimes.
She sleep. So I'd be like, like before I never forget, she would sleep or something, and we sitting in the house, and then somebody knock at the door. And I answered, and it's like the squad.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
All there.
what the fuck going on? Like, I'm like, I'm thinking maybe she told him to come over or text him or something. I go in the room, she sleep, and they like, oh, she ain't been answering.
Oh my God.
I said, oh, well, let me go get her so y'all can see her face. Golly, like, I ain't got her tied up in the house. She here because she want to be. Like,
Tyler, you try to blink your eyes twice.
yeah, like they be talking to her like that.
Okay.
Like,
you're
are
okay.
you okay?
Blink twice.
Blink twice.
And it's just wild because you have that. And I think with men it's just a little different because I feel like men, they naturally gravitate to their unit a lot faster.
Yeah.
Because they take over the ownership of that unit. Like, this is my unit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? With women, they be torn in between. Like,
Yeah.
well, yeah, you my husband, but this is
my
my
family.
My family. This is
Yeah.
my
So how
family.
did you do it, Chris? Because he's the only child on his mom. His mom only has him.
Oh, wow.
Oh, you was spoiled. as
Well,
shit.
that's like Blake. Well,
I'm
technically,
definitely
Blake would be the only child because he's the only boy.
Okay,
He
yeah.
has two sisters and his mom, so he's the oldest.
Right,
So
okay.
he's like a bona fide mama's boy.
Right.
For
Oh
sure.
my God.
And there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong because
That's my first tattoo. I got mama's boy across
two
my
of
stomach.
them.
Yeah, mama first thing on me, but my mama, I'm her only. I'm her only. She said
for
after
sure.
me, it was
Yeah.
she couldn't handle no more.
And ain't nothing wrong with it because now I got two of my own.
That's right.
So I
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah.
But so how did you, like you said, how did you navigate it, figure it out?
Man, it was hard. It was hard, though, but I just used to have to I just had to put my pride to the side in certain situations and stuff and just understand it. Like, this was gonna be. It ain't gonna stop in this. It ain't gonna be. And I used to go through it. Like,
Yeah.
she argued with one of them and they'd take it out on me.
Oh, hell no.
I'm talking about I'll be there breaking it up like,
Like, you ain't supposed to get into
don't
it.
say
You supposed to
that.
get into
Nayanda don't
Right.
cool, calm, and they'd be like, cause Nayanda, you and your husband. And like, damn, I just looked out for y'all. I just need this.
Man,
What I gotta do
or
with it?
you know what even be crazier about that? But this how I know when me and her about to get into it. If she didn't argue with her mom or her sister, either that day or that week, I be sitting counting the days like I'm about to get blew up on. It's gonna happen.
It's
Like,
about to go down.
It's coming.
Okay.
And I be trying to get her out of it before it happened. Like,
yeah.
she'd call me and she'd be like, my mom did this or did Celeste and my mom was arguing, da da da. I'd be like, yeah, you got to be careful with that transfer of energy. Don't let it transfer on you.
that's-
So I be
it's
trying
no
to,
joke.
I be trying to coax her out of
Yeah.
it.
Right.
And then next thing
I
you
knew
know,
what to do. I stole the mama heart.
Oh yeah.
Once I steal the
yeah,
heart,
it
was
was
over.
all the way in there.
Cause now she ain't biased. One thing I say about her mother, she wasn't biased to the arguments.
Right.
Like, if she'd be like, well, she gonna take her daughter's side. She gonna rock with her daughter overall, but she gonna tell Nayanda if it's wrong or not. Like, that's
One
not
thing
right.
that I went through with Blake when I first met his family, because he has all aunts. He don't have any uncles. And
That's me
then
too. That's me
he
too.
was
All that
so he was his mother's first son, first child and first son. So
They love him.
when I first let me go back. So, me and Blake used to kick it. I just know Blake,
Right.
he kicking it.
Right.
So when I first met his family, He was like King Tut of that
my
family. He
My
was
family
so,
treat me. That's how
oh
my
my gosh,
family
he
love
was
me.
so rotten.
That's him.
He
That's
was
me.
spoiled.
They
Own
making his
food.
plate.
They making my own.
Man, listen.
own
Wait,
stuff.
wait,
That's what she
wait.
was
That's
headed.
what
She
this is
about
what
to
I'm
head to
headed
the
to.
plate.
This is what I'm
She
headed
about to head
to.
to
my
So
name on
when
it.
we first
Yeah,
moved
for
in, Blake never ironed. He never ironed a shirt. He never washed clothes.
Talking
He
about-
never washed dishes. And I'm looking at him like, what you mean you want to iron your clothes? And
I never did none of that,
So-
Ty.
I about to say I still don't.
when I first met
She just started trusting me with the dishes.
So when I first met his family, it was on Thanksgiving. And this is my first time meeting. I met his mom. This is my first time meeting all of his aunts.
Oh my god.
And he has strong women, strong-headed women in
Vice
his
versa.
family. Like his mom, his aunts, they are.
That's how my
So
mama
they cooking, we all eating. So I'm sitting down. His aunt gonna say,
Make it play.
"Yeah, when you gonna get up and make his playtime?"
For sure.
And I'm just sitting looking like,
Hey, that's what I'm used to, Blake, too. I ain't gonna lie.
When
I'm like, I ain't making his plate.
Make his plate.
But then I would go in there and try to make his plate. They be like, move over. My son, my
crazy.
baby, my
Sure.
Blake, he
That's
love
how
it.
it is.
They literally, they'll cook the turkey. Can't nobody touch it until Blake get the leg.
Oh.
They would cut that
They
leg
had a
She
leg.
was
They'll
mad.
cut that
You
leg.
She sit there.
Before
before
Thanksgiving,
anybody eat.
I got my own.
His grandmother cooked.
Right.
You ain't, my
He
grandma
tells
cooked my
her,
own
and mind
separate
you,
meal.
yo, I done slaved for Christmas. I mean, in Christmas and Thanksgiving, I done slaved.
Slave.
In the middle of me cooking and him eating dinner, he's like, my grandmother called. She said my food ready. You said what now?
Oh,
We went down there. Guess
You said
what?
what now?
My grandma ain't
Come
let
back with
nobody
his pan and
touch.
dressing, his pan. It's my pan.
My whole
No,
pan.
I said, Chris, what we about to do with all this
Oh
food?
my God.
And my grandma said nobody better not touch his food.
for sure.
So he
I
don't
get
eat
my
pork.
own
So
greens.
he
I
so
get
he
all
make it.
my
He get a
Hey,
whole pot
what I
of
get?
greens.
Tell him what I get.
Yes,
I get the whole meal
I
separately
said,
from the
Do
family.
you know how many pots of greens we took home
Man.
from Thanksgiving?
Girl, you ain't gotta tell
They be
me.
trying to tell on me like, Grandma, he don't eat that. He ain't gonna eat all that. I'm like,
Man.
shut up.
Going federal.
This is the thing though.
Federal.
She eats pork, so she's still cooking with pork. He
But
doesn't
she
eat
cooked
pork.
mine separate.
So she doing 2 different meals for this man.
Yo,
sure.
she ain't understand
To make
it. Like I told her,
turkey
my,
and
my,
pork.
my family spoiled me.
But see, that's the thing though. I think it just because, like, man, I swear every time people see me and you, like me and him met about 3 years ago.
About 3.
I ain't seen
I was
longer than
gone
that.
2 years ago. About 4.
Yeah,
4 or
longer
5.
than that.
Might have been 5, Blake. Cause
Right.
I did 2 years.
Right.
I've been out almost 2.
Yeah,
For sure.
okay,
I
about
met you
5
before.
years.
Probably
Right.
5 years, 5 or
Okay.
6. For
So
real,
about
5 years.
So and the thing is like people be like as soon as I met him, like whenever I talk, I'm like, oh yeah, we locked in.
Same person.
Because our
No,
personality
literally.
is so
Literally.
Every time we link,
y'all be the same
Listen, every
damn
time we
person.
get with
You
y'all
came
and
up
we
with
go
them women,
home,
them women, your family
he's
took
like,
care
oh
of
my
like me.
God,
sure.
like Blake is my
That's
brother.
For sure.
He's like, we're
He
brothers.
don't relate to me. It's like we
You know,
we
like,
used to
be like,
something.
yeah, he
You
is, because
just
she's
like
my
me.
sister.
He just like me. We used to something because I came up with them women. So them, and they all my aunties and stuff
yeah.
had good jobs. They always was
Yeah,
independent.
that's
Yeah,
right.
so-
And they love me.
And
So.
I just couldn't understand it because I'm just
Mm-hmm.
like, his aunt's got other sons.
It's
And
him.
it's him.
Right.
My
Like,
auntie got sons.
I'm
Yes.
telling you, all he needed was the red carpet, some
Ooh.
Boy,
Listen,
crown.
My
if
cousin
they
treat
ever
Kelly
have an
like
event
treat me.
and he doesn't show,
They all man.
they're calling his
The whole
phone. Where
family
you at?
knows.
What time you coming? What
When I
time
come
you
to the
coming?
event,
It's like the
my
fun
whole
don't get
family.
started until he gets there.
Don't nobody
Like,
laugh for nothing until I come.
That's
When I
right.
come, they tell you the whole
And-
family.
but see, I think it's because that bond that we done built with him,
Yeah.
like, and
Yeah.
not only the bond that we built with him, the blues that we put him through.
the type of person.
Oh, yeah.
This what it is. The type of persons the people we was.
Yeah,
That's
they
true.
gravitated to us
Right.
to be there for us. 'Cause we was so I was so wild.
especially his mother.
When nobody in my
Yeah.
family wild, like everybody. When my cousin,
I'm the
he was
exact
he wasn't
opposite, right.
he wasn't in the streets. Never been in the streets. None of that. My whole family was. I'm really the only street dude. Like boy. So the rest of them was nobody was wild or nothing. So they gravitated towards me. They
Right.
loved me. Every time I come around, everybody got a baby. Me make sure
that's
I'm
the
okay.
exact same.
Yeah.
That's the exact same
For real.
with me. The only one that wild like me that I can sit down and just get wild with, and she gonna be on one of the next podcasts. One of the ones coming up is my cousin Shay.
Okay.
She what like y'all think female version of me, just older
Yes,
and
he is.
even more ruthless,
Yes, he
like
is.
Okay.
just wow. So like me and her get together and they be like, oh shit, them two together.
That's so true. That is so true.
Because it's like, I think too, because number one, in the unit, like it also is about like the ones that's always come around. Like I always came around all my family, this and the third, until I started getting older.
That's how it was.
Like that's the only time I started not coming around as much is when I built my own family.
Right.
They raised us. We basically,
Yeah. And at that point, they had gave you all the pointers you needed to go send you out in the world. You know, so it's like, okay, so when they see me, it's even more of a joyous account because one, I'm doing good. One, I ain't out here on no crazy shit or moving wrong or whatever. I got my family. I'm in my family's life. You know, I'm married. Like, so I'm doing everything that they like. This is what is supposed to happen.
For sure.
And, you know, for them, some of them, you know, had husbands, things like that. They passed away, whatever may have happened, or divorce, you know, situations. So they like, okay, you sticking it in there.
It's like a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, like, and I see every single day, whenever we see you with your kids or with your wife, you putting on. Like, you always putting on. Like, it don't matter what it is. Like, even to the point where sometimes they be like, get on up out of here with all that bougie shit. Like, oh, you can't send your kid here to do this, da-da-da-da-da. And they be like, well, I ain't trying to say it, but since you did, no, I can't, you know.
Right.
But, and I love, you know, it's just crazy because the dynamic of them women knowing how strong you are, them women knowing how, also I feel like just from experience, them understanding how fragile the male ego can be to make him just scatter.
Absolutely.
So like as the man, for a man, I feel like them as women are like, hey, he's a good man. Keep him around. Keep that strong. Take care of him, this, that, and the third. But on the flip side, if it's the woman and like that woman is single or whatever, she teaches her daughter independence. You don't need him.
Don't need no nigga.
Yeah, like,
but I also feel like it was moments where I kind of feel like there were moments where your family did look at me like, I know she better take care of my baby. She don't, because you know they'll cook whatever he wanted, cook all of that, like whatever he want, that's what you eating. And then he'll come home and he be like, I'm hungry with you, and I'm looking at him like, I just got home too. What you want to order? You know, so his mom would literally just bring over dinner to our house and stuff like that when we stayed down the street from her, because he'd be like, I ain't ate.
See, his mom was kind of the opposite.
My grandma is the opposite. My grandma is like your mother. My mom was like, she only had one child, so she like, she used to being like basically by herself. She don't babysit. She not babysitting no kids. They got to be able to listen to her and understand.
She like, you gone now.
She ain't. I put out. My mother still stresses about me. Like,
she does. So I would say this: when me and him got together, and I finally met his mom, and you know we had our conversations, and me and her kind of just clicked as well. I felt like she felt kind of security with me. You know, she kind of let her guard down a little bit with her son.
She let it know.
Because she would be like,
she ain't take my stuff.
She would be like, I haven't talked to him. You know, she would call me when she can't get in contact with him. Like, you know, I'm just making sure. I know my son is, I know my son out of control. I want to make sure he okay. I'm like, he good. He just sleep right now. He all right. You know, even now to this day, man.
She called her. She don't even call me.
Now she knows that he's transitioned.
Yeah.
So she doesn't call me as much to check on him. But before, she was calling me every day to check on her son. And I would have to just reassure her, like, as long as he with me, he good. He good.
Right.
You know, you don't have to worry about none of that no more. You good. Everybody good.
Right. And I think a lot of that too, though, is also like when you finally take those steps, like you're saying, he's in transition, and you take those steps from, you know, old habits or old things you used to do, it's a huge step where you really, really at that point as a man are unstable. Because you're so used to what you used to. Like if you used to street shit, you used to street shit, and when you trying to switch into like, I'm gonna be this family man,
it's a day-to-day struggle.
It is. And then every single day is a struggle because as a man,
I'm fighting.
you fighting
That urge.
and that
True.
alpha, that masculinity that you so used to being able to show or
Man,
breeze
what?
through the hood with, get aggressive, pop off at whoever you want to. It take all of that away
Yeah.
from
Big
Definitely
wads of money in my
Definitely
pocket. You hear me? Now we gotta manage the money now and make sure the money spent right ways. Now
That's
I'm
right.
not used to
You
it. So,
appreciate the money more.
I tell her that. So what I had to teach her to learn is like she knew, but I had to get her to get more patient with it. Like,
Yeah.
like be like I'm trying. Like the thing that I'm doing right now is bigger than everything that you can say
Absolutely.
want me to do. I'm
Absolutely.
transitioning. I'm changing. If I gotta sit in this house for a week straight, let me do it. This part of my transition because I feel like if I do go outside, I might get into something. So my house is my safe spot. I feel like I tell her this. I say I feel uncomfortable sometimes when I be in the outside. Just outside, I go outside, go kick it with one of my dudes or something because it's just the environment and the environment
Yeah, it
and the
is.
street life is all funs and games. I'm gonna tell you this until the jail part or the shootings and all that. But the other part of the street game is so fun and addictive and fast that it's hard to slow your life down.
Right, right.
I've been living my life fast since been in the streets since I was 14, 15 for real. Like so.
Wow.
On my own.
But tell them the story because he had an option
Yeah, I did.
and he chose the streets.
For sure, I made that mistake bite me since to this day. I had 7 D1 colleges offers and scholarships, and I
wow.
ended up catching a case 3 months before I graduated.
There's so many people who have that in that same situation. Young men in that same
It took me 10, 11 years to figure out something else in my life because I set my life up for. I've been an athlete my whole life for real. Like even when I was in the streets bad at 14, 15, I always went to school. I had good grades, and I always did what I was supposed to do when it came to school. Right? That's why my mom never was on my back. Like she would be on me, but my grades come back all A's and B's.
Yeah.
I'm passing. I graduated, but I still had the other side of me. When I get out of school, I go to work and everything.
Wow.
But once I get off work, I'm down the way. I'm in the hood. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And my mother, I think it just hurted my mother because she moved me out the hood, tried to get me away from it and all that, and I fell back into it.
Yeah.
But now, this is the happiest time of my life for real. Like, it is because I don't really got to worry about beef and struggles. And, like, I'm going to always be aware of things, but it's comfortable, man.
It ain't that same.
It's comfortable.
Yeah.
It's comfortability.
Yeah.
That's right.
I don't got to know what's going on.
It was to the point to where I think we travel so much because that's where he's the most comfortable.
That's what I'm comfortable
Yeah.
with. Like, all the
You're
time.
like, I know it ain't nobody.
I can
Yeah.
walk
Me.
with
I
my
know
shirt
it ain't
off. I
nobody.
can walk
Yeah.
outside. You know what I'm saying? It's just, this me and her, like, as far as I can say, Nayana showed me how to be a full blown man, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, street
That's
niggas is not
awesome.
men. Like, all street niggas is not men.
No.
Street dudes.
No.
We ain't because we picked the streets over our
Over your
families.
family.
So
Right.
anybody that picked the streets over your family, you
Right.
less of a man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Very
You
true.
Willing to sacrifice, go to jail for 10 years to prove that I'm hard, I'm this,
Yeah.
that.
I'm solid.
Or be 10 years with my family
Nah,
and you
hell
pick
no.
jail, you a sucker to me. That's how I feel.
I remember when Blake was going through his transition like years ago. And it was very hard because you had to have patience on both ends. Because there were times where because I saw so much potential and I know how intelligent Blake is and I know like he's going to be great whatever it is that he decides to do, but then he gets in this slump of depression and stress and stuff, and then I'm looking, this is before we got married and had kids, and I'm looking like, what am I doing here?
Right.
Like, am I like, should I even be here in this moment? Because I see your potential. Yeah, I know how great you are, but right now in this moment, I'm not happy. This is too much stress. Like, and then I'm not used to seeing this person. Like, he's unrecognizable to me.
Honestly,
I'm so used to seeing the up, happy, moving.
That's how it is.
Yeah,
And
so
it's all about transferring the energy. If you feeling like that, and I'm seeing you in a slump, you kind of gonna give me that energy, and I don't want to have that.
And he's a person that I can't even recognize. I'm like, is this the same person that I fell in love with? Because right now I don't know who
That's because
he is.
we used to. That's because we, as men and the people we used to having a hold and a grip on things and knowing what we gonna do and what's gonna happen.
And
once
you don't know more.
Once you don't know more, like every day I wake up,
lost.
I got my dreams and what I'm gonna do, but I don't know if I got faith in it because I don't see it yet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it'd be hard, but it's easy for me to be like, man, forget this. And I tell her every time, like, boy, I'm ready to go. I can go in the streets for a week right now and make this much money and be cool, but
Very
if that
true.
week I get pulled over by the
Something
police or
happened.
something.
It ain't worth it.
And it's just not worth it.
It's not worth it. Like my dude right now, a few dudes I know, my dudes, they had a lot of money, They bought for 2 years. Now they got 20 years, 15 years in the field. It ain't
And
worth
it's
it.
like, what?
It's not worth
Right.
it. And they
Trade
take
that
everything.
2-3 years for 20.
And then they take everything when you gone with them 20. They don't just give you your 15 years and let you keep all your money and all. They take everything.
Wow.
So I feel like I had to evaluate myself, y'all. And I sent in that sale, I had to say, like, do I want to do this? Or do I want to do this? I want these people to tell me I got to go to sleep at 8 o'clock.
For sure.
I got to wake up at 6 in the morning, go to the kitchen, work for $15 a month.
For sure.
If I could work for $15 a month in the joint and tell her I got a job, I'm working.
Right.
I could leave. I
can
can work.
9
I
to
could
5.
do it.
Right.
You hear me? Eat, feel me?
Yeah,
Like,
I can do whatever I want.
That's
and
right.
that be the problem with us street dudes who try to transition is I got to learn to put that same hustle I had in the streets into this world.
Yeah,
As far as everything, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's the one thing. If you got a hustle muscle, it don't
It
stop.
don't stop.
It does not
You
stop.
just got to put that energy
For
in
sure.
it. That same love I got to want to go in the streets every day. That same love, it comes to you.
And you know what's crazy about the whole street situation is just because when you out there and you moving and whatever, like the love that you get back,
It's addictive.
it eats you.
That's that
Man.
fast
It's
line.
like, ooh, wait.
That
like,
is so
they
true.
love me. Like every
They
time I
love
pull
me.
up, they love me.
My
Like
girl
Mitch.
telling me to chill. My girl telling me to
I
calm
just want
down.
to feel
to
some
this.
love tonight, B.
Man.
While going to clubs,
I'm
everybody,
telling you.
the camera on me. I got
Like,
a lot of
that's so
money.
true.
My money out. I got the
Man.
bottles. It's like it's an addiction. It's an
It
addiction.
is. It definitely is an
The
addiction.
fast life is more of addiction than drugs or anything
Yeah.
because it's that. It's like it's really addiction. Like
All of that is part of your transition because I literally seen you change before my eyes.
Yeah.
you said though.
He would
And
go
it's gonna get
outside
better.
with pocket full of money, wads of money, and I'm like, why are you out here like that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He in the club, he putting his money out, he doing this, and I'm like, come on, stop it.
in the club.
Now he don't even want to stay in the club long.
Yeah, he like, nah,
He's
let's
like,
get out.
I don't even
it's
like bringing
about
money
1 o'clock.
outside.
Okay.
It's
You know what
time
I'm
to
saying?
go.
It's time to go, love. And I'm like, I'm kicking
Tighten
it. I'm
up.
ready. I'm just getting started. He's like, it's time to go.
For sure.
It's time to go.
So I definitely, in all aspects, I see the change in him.
That's awesome.
Oh my gosh. And it's amazing to see, you know,
sure.
because he seen me transition.
Right.
You know, he
Right.
witnessed me, you know, we were in jail
And
together.
it took a lot for me
At some
to
point-
not know this ain't the same one. Like even with the independence of her and all that, I ain't know this person. When I went to
Yeah.
jail, we was both doing wild stuff.
Right.
Going to jail, bonding you out.
Well, he went to jail.
She changed.
I was about to say, I want to hear about this right here. How the fuck was that with both of y'all in jail together?
Oh my
What
god.
y'all the biggest pen pals
Well, look,
ever?
this what
No,
happened.
yes,
Let
we
me tell you what
were,
happened.
Blake. Yes, we were, Blake. Yes,
Let me tell
we
you what
were.
happened, Blake. I supposed to stayed out. I was on the run. I supposed to stayed out until she got out so she could take
Y'all
care of me.
motherfuckers had a plan.
Yeah.
We did have a plan.
Goddamn Bonnie
The
and
real
Clyde.
Bonnie and Clyde. The real Bonnie and
Who
Clyde.
wants
I
that
hugged her
perfect
too. I
love
hugged-
story anyway?
I hugged her and then
Yes,
I hugged her and I had a
Ty.
warrant, so I
Right.
couldn't drive all the way to court with her because I didn't want to get pulled over. So I hugged her, kissed her, and her mommy and them took her to court and they kept her. But she had got like 15, 20 days. And I ended up being on the run. She was like, just stay calm until I get
Till
out.
I come home.
And then they can catch you. I stayed out about a week.
The plan was
She had about
when
3-4
I went
days.
when I went. Okay, when I went, I said, I just need you to just chill. You know,
So she
relax.
turned herself in. Do
When
it.
I get home, you turn yourself in. You know,
I'll take
everything
care
will
of
be
things.
good.
Right.
I make sure the house
So
cool.
I gotta go turn myself in. Mind you, I only had 10 days. I didn't have 15
She
or
had
20.
10 days.
I had
Don't-
10
right,
days.
10
Right.
days.
So on my 6th day, which was July 4th, he decides to go party.
Oh shit.
And guess what? At 7 o'clock at night, I missed the whole day. My dude called me and said,
my
"Man, it's
God.
going. Get out here." I went to the store, bought me an outfit.
See, you see that?
As soon as I got out the car, the police pulled up.
Dang.
I ain't even
You
get
see
the
that?
party. The outfit was brand new.
I
and joint.
had just talked to him maybe an hour before he went to jail.
I was
and I was
chilling.
like, you know, I gotta get off the phone. I'll call you back in a second. As soon as his friend answered the phone, I already knew what it was.
You knew.
And I broke down in tears because I know that once I get home, I'm not gonna see him
ain't
for a
gonna see him
while.
for a minute.
I was like, oh,
She ain't
if
know
he
how
would
much I
have
was
just
gonna get.
waited.
Right,
Yeah.
If he would have just waited, oh my goodness. So that was that case. Now, like I said, I changed. Okay. That was that. I had to take care
Now
of
I'm
that.
locked up, but she had another one she had to take care of.
Right.
This one was for 30 days. Okay. So at this point, we were in
whole
jail
August.
together. We used to have to call my mom.
At a certain time, tell mommy
We
we
would
both
pick,
calling.
yeah, we would pick a time,
okay,
and so she would
okay.
kind of merge the
Merge the
call.
call, yeah.
We were pen pals. We was writing each other all the time.
She write me more than she
and
was
I
writing
was
me a
just
lot.
like, I told her, I'm like, I'm tired of living like this.
Yeah.
You know, I see way more for our future than this right here.
Absolutely.
You know, and
Yeah.
so when I got after my 30 days was up, that was
it.
that was what 3 years ago.
That was it. Up 3, about to be 4, because I've
came
been out
home.
3. I've been out a year. Did 2.
Baby, listen.
Ran up the bag.
I ran up a bag.
Ran up the
You hear
bag.
me? I didn't even know who I was anymore.
But
Shout
I
out
feel
to
like
that.
this though,
Literally.
Blake.
Shout out to you, Nene.
Shout out to her. Hey Ty, but I felt like this though, Ty. For real, at the rate I was, Blake, I felt like I needed to sit down as far as out of both of our lives, her life and get my life
Yeah.
together.
I can
Yeah.
The person that I was, I felt like was dragging her to be that person. Like, as far as me being wild in the
Absolutely.
streets, the women, everything made her just be wild and didn't care.
Yeah.
So me getting her away and she knowing I'm safe, I'm cool, I ain't doing nothing, and I'm just getting my mind right. It helped her focus.
I
on
got
her.
a chance to focus.
on her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not
I had a
focus on
clear
what people
mind.
saying.
Yeah.
Not focus on what the gram saying. Not focus on what
Yeah.
everybody think about.
I didn't
us.
listen. I didn't have my
Clear
baby
mind.
then. It was solely just me.
Clear mind.
All I have to worry about is me in this in these
sure.
moments. And it took me 2 years to really just do a whole 360. When he came home, he was like, "You not even fun no more." Like, and I'm looking at
We
him
go do
like,
something. We go do something. I'll be like,
"He not fun no
I'm
more.
so used
He
to this.
changed
We go in the
too."
grocery store, something. Say we get all our food, but the
Right.
lunch meat. She gonna put that in her purse. We leaving with this for free. We get some extra food. She ain't doing this and
No.
stuff. Now I'm like, what's
Oh,
wrong
no.
with her?
Hell yeah,
She's
you
scared.
can
now.
tell.
She like,
I'm about to pay for
She
paying for
everything in my
everything.
cart. Leave me alone. I don't got
hey,
time.
I'm used to walking away. We go to the grocery store. We get to that lane. I'm about to go walk off because I'm not with you. They grab you. I'm not with you. Now
That's right.
she completely
That's
different.
right.
She don't even want to park in the wrong parking spot.
Not at all.
She be like, oh, we gonna get
because
in trouble.
see then I was still finding myself.
Yeah.
I was still trying
For
to
sure.
figure out
Yeah.
who Nayanda was.
sure.
You know, so now that I know I'm unstoppable. I'm untouchable.
And
So
then, and then you're just kind of like, I got too much to lose at this point. now.
absolutely, I have way too much to lose. So now I'm not risking that for nobody.
For nothing.
For
Right.
nothing or nobody. It's a
Scary
wrap.
Mary.
That's right.
Can I get a bomb to that one, Blake? Scary Mary.
For sure.
I love the
That's
bombs,
right.
y'all. I'm gonna let y'all
Scary
know now.
Mary and I'm paid. Okay.
For sure. The bomb is the
Let's
favorite
be
part.
clear.
That part.
Because
And
you
I'm
know,
paid.
I think a lot of people will never ever, everybody always live in their bubble, and it's only a certain amount of people that even do any type of time whatsoever. And I think one of the hardest things that both of y'all, well, not in your scenario, because you got knocked on some, they just was on your ass.
yeah. Yeah.
It was
But
on my ass.
turning yourself in is a bitch.
It is.
Yeah.
It
I
kicks-
remember when
I'm
Blake
talking
had
about-
to do that.
It kicks your ass the
Man,
whole
listen.
time.
It have you
I
second
never
guessing
done
it.
I'm
Like
supposed to turn myself in 10 times in my life, y'all. The day come.
He
I always
never
make an
turned
excuse.
himself
That's
in.
what I always do. Like, say Monday I gotta turn myself in. I be like, Blake, we'll go kick it, y'all. Monday come, Tuesday come, you would call and they like, how Chris doing? I've been to answer the phone. You like, like, man, bro, my stomach was hurting that morning. I had to use the bathroom. I missed court. I
see
swear,
me,
I hate it.
No, I was always afraid if I didn't turn myself in, what the outcome would be by me
They
not
used to
turning
scare
myself
her.
in.
Yeah.
The judge
You
be
know,
like,
would
if
it
you
be
don't come, I'll
worse?
give you
You
6
know.
months. She like, what? I'm going.
Here I go.
I'm coming.
Here I go.
It paid off though. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the things me and her went through, like far as all that, it built us to the bond right now.
Right.
Can nothing break us from
Man.
that. Like it can't break us. Like
Right.
Definitely.
Because I mean, that's just a story that you ain't never.
you ain't gonna never hear. Then you gotta, and then look at it like the things that I was doing on top of that for her.
Right.
For her to be there the whole 2 years, not miss no visit. Every week, put money on my books.
I know
if I
that's
call and need
right.
some extra stuff, she do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like about my player, all that stuff. Like for her to do that on top of we left on bad times. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
we both left. Even though our situation made us come together, I wasn't the best person in the world. I wasn't
Right.
even near. I was really 30%, 40% of a man to her. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Wow. And he was like,
Literally, like
this
she
is
probably
kind of
see me
this is
4 times
kind
out
of
the
too,
week.
too good to be true. He
Right.
was
I
like,
couldn't believe it. I felt like a setup. You know, like you set me up to break my heart.
What the hell?
And I'm not in jail. I'm still acting like I ain't been tripping out here. Like,
Yeah.
what is you doing? Why you ain't answer the phone the first call? What happened? Like, and she's still stuck with me. So like that's why I always.
beautiful.
like even when she get on my last nerve, I think about them things, and that helped me get through it. Like she
I
was,
stuck with you because I already knew. See, I always knew what you was doing was for the moment. You know, that wasn't our story.
For sure.
Because I always knew it was always gonna be light at the end of the tunnel.
I know that's right.
So, and I know that because I know you. You know what I mean? So, true enough, you in the streets, you live in the street life. That's what come with it.
Right.
If I chose to deal with it, that's on me.
Right.
When he went to jail, I had a chance. I had the option.
That was the best chance.
To go this way or go this way. And I'm not even gonna lie. My mom was like, girl, leave his ass in jail.
At times, you used to say, who
leave
you
him in
talking to?
jail.
I can leave right now.
Yeah.
Like, what? Well, leave it. And then when I hang up, I'll be like, man, if she leave, I'm like, my dude would be like, why you being hard? You gonna break down.
Break down crying.
He like, boy, you all already arguing. You come in here, boy, your eyes be watery. I go in the because look, we get to arguing, and I gotta go to sleep at 8:30.
8:30.
So now she cool. Now
Yep.
she could breathe. She could be cool the next morning. I'm still mad. I ain't get my point across. All ended. You know what I'm saying? So, but like all that stuff, man, it played a major part though.
That's
man.
yeah.
It saved us, man.
And you know what's dope about that is one thing I will say about that is shout out to women for being they so security driven that they see what potential is a mile away, and they be like, hell
You
no,
don't see
I'm not.
I see it with us. That's right, Chris. I see it even when you don't see it. That's right.
50 people could be like, well, you still with him, like, girl? And then
That's so true.
Yeah.
And this may be cliche, but I remember when I first met Blake, we were 13 years old. And the first time he was just at my neck. And I'm like, no, he be messing with all these girls. It wasn't until I had a conversation with him on the phone. We was on the phone all night. And I was just like, I'm going to marry this man.
Yep. Yep.
Shout out to that.
I'm going to marry this dude. Like, I fell in
Shout out to the
love.
million.
Yeah. Shout out to the million.
Like, you
We love
could
him.
not tell me nothing about him. Like, I love
That's
this
right.
man, even when we weren't even together. Like,
Yeah.
that was like we were legitimately best friends.
That's
and I
how
You know
think
what?
that-
That's what I love
I
about
like
your
that.
relationship because I met you with you just being her friend.
Yeah, for sure.
You know,
Yeah.
and all I ever heard was Blake this and Blake that. Like, and I'm like, I thought that was your bitch friend. You know, like we could join at the hip.
Right.
And so
Blake
me
called,
and her would be together all day long, all day. We'd be having so much fun. So this Blake call, I'm Leander. I'm about to get ready to go. I thought we were about to cuddle. Like you about to leave again? And you would come pick her up. I was like, oh my God, I'm so tired of Blake.
There was nothing like I would not miss a call. Like
That's
even when I
true.
was away
Same
to
way.
school, Blake called me like, I need you to put this car in my name.
Oh my God, yes, Tyler, I remember.
Send me the paperwork.
She used to call me like, girl, let me tell you what I just did. I'm like, oh, you really love this dude. Okay.
That's funny, bro.
Yes,
man.
yes.
Hey, that's
yes.
funny. That's how.
Hey, hold on, wait a minute.
Even
Even when, did you have another
You always with
boyfriend?
Oh, she definitely got a boyfriend.
She had another boyfriend.
She had a boyfriend for
but
sure.
even still, Blake, it was still always Blake. Like
we talked about that on the last
always Blake.
episode. I was
it
like,
was always Blake.
we
Well,
both
he
had
blew
our
up.
situations.
Whoever he was, he got blew up
yeah,
quick.
for sure.
Drop a bomb for him, he gone. He ain't stood a chance.
That's
He
right.
ain't stood a chance.
He didn't stand a chance. Not when it came to Blake.
Once she heard that voice and that talk on that phone, man, it was over.
I'm talking about, look at this.
And
I
he used to be like,
call
who
her-
is Blake?
Man, I used to call her. Look, she was in college, right?
I
I
never
used to
forget
be
this
going
right
to
here.
work. I used to be going to work. So I used to have to be to work at the warehouse I worked at like 6 a.m. So I'd be calling her at 5 a.m.
Yes.
She'd be with this nigga on
Laid
the phone.
up.
Hold on. let me-
She answered that phone.
every morning.
She
love.
sure did. She answered that phone.
I would
That's
talk to
love.
him. I would literally talk to him until he went to work. I'll go back to sleep and then go to class.
Yep.
Every
Yep.
single morning.
Yep.
Never missed a call. Like, man. So
And she would come home and I'd be like, I'm like, you still talking to Blake? She'd be like, girl, yeah, we never stopped talking. I'm like, oh, okay.
Never.
You know, it's like,
She was like,
Right.
well, we ain't tripping. Like I said on the last episode, I was like, oh yeah, well, she knew I had shit going on. I knew she
Yeah.
had. I said, oh, you got
Yeah.
a boyfriend? Okay, well, we sharing a
Y'all
girlfriend.
always
Drop a
came
bomb.
together. Oh my, that's what I love. That's y'all. The fact that y'all were friends first, I love that because y'all really got to know each other.
In and out.
Y'all built a bond. Y'all built a bond before anything.
Yeah.
And I love that.
The bond is everything.
And just to be all the way honest, after we got married, we had moments where I know I had moments, and I'm pretty sure he did too, where I lost sight of our friendship, where we was so stuck on being parents,
yes,
being married,
you be a better wife, you be a better husband,
getting up this routine life, going to work, and I forgot about my
the
best friend.
That's right.
I feel that. I can feel you on that.
So when we have those moments where we have so much fun, like this last Valentine's Day was so crazy because we did like a little staycation and we had so much fun, and it just made me feel like we was so young again. Oh
we
my
kind of did the same.
gosh. And it's just like those moments you recognize and you realize like this is
why I'm here.
That's right.
That's right.
This man. That's right.
This is why I love this man, because our friendship comes before anything.
Like I'm the most comfortable with him.
Absolutely.
Like I feel like I could take my wig off.
Yeah.
You know, I can do anything around him.
I put on my Instagram one day, girl. I bought me a wig for the first time.
Okay.
I slayed my wig. It was look, I had it for Valentine's Day. I was cinnamon that night, y'all.
For sure. Cinnamon was in the building.
Shout out to Cinnamon.
Like I was cinnamon. So after Valentine's Day, we get home, we get the boys, we all situated. Now we home. Now I'm back comfortable. Cinnamon is gone.
That's right. He left Cinnamon.
Bye, Cinnamon.
Now I'm back to like,
you like, where's Cinnamon at?
so
I'm about to go back to the hotel looking for her. I leave her in the room.
Like, so now I'm back comfortable. I unstrapped the band on my wig. So I'm walking around the house. Listen, I feel him looking at me too. He just sitting on the couch like,
oh, I ain't never had.
You just gave him Cinnamon. You done just switched back.
He looking at me. I'm real comfortable. He just kept looking. I feel him in the corner of my eye. Like, so listen, this is so fucking crazy. So when he look at me, I'm like, oh, now I'm getting turned on. Like, oh, damn, he just keep looking at me. He gonna stop and say, you got a bra strap coming out your wig.
I ain't never had seen wigs. I just know that shit reminds me of a bra, bro.
I went from feeling sexy to like,
come
what,
on,
bro?
really?
Like, what?
And that's that's the only part I don't like about the wig. See, the weave is on there. You got to take it off when you take it off. That wig come right off.
Yeah, the wig is something different.
She just started letting me know them wigs. Boy, she be lying to me all the way. Every visit, she come to the visit like, I'm like, damn, you look good as fuck. What is that? She like, oh, I got my hair done, but then she'll tell me later on.
It's a wig.
I'm like, don't come visit me with no wig on. She like, shut up. The last visit I had a wig on. I'm like, oh, that was a wig.
He kept telling me how pretty I was. Oh, you look
like,
so
oh,
pretty, but I thought it was a wig.
That's because I'm used to the old wigs. You know, the old fashioned wigs. You just sit them on your head. They got the new wigs.
No, love. It's 2021. These wigs are growing out. Tyler, tell them the wigs is growing out our scalp now, okay?
Right out the scalp.
You hear
melted
me?
on.
So when they make the wig, where they get the seatbelts from?
The bra straps.
The bra straps.
Blake's like, you got a bra strap coming out your.
Okay, let me ask y'all this. When is it comfortable in a relationship to kind of like let your guard down a little bit to where you could take your wig off and you could. When did you like, you know, because Chris still hate when I like pass gas and stuff. So it's like,
I don't want to see none of that.
I don't do that. Like Blake could just tell me like, you pass gas all through the night. Like, you pass gas in your sleep. And I'm like, no, I don't.
Right.
But like even now, like I've had to pass gas. I can't do it around him. I have to get up and walk away. But him, he would literally pass gas and put the cover over my head.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
Give you some of that.
Oh my God.
She be mad. You just go tilt your booty this way and far. Yeah.
But see, you know what's so crazy though is it's like, and I bet that's probably why at night sometimes, like when she sleep, she be letting them joints go
because she hold them.
Because she done held them all day.
I don't hold them. I just get up and walk.
Oh, well, she done went to sleep.
But I be just
That's how she
relaxed.
I be sitting there laying in the bed on my phone or something, and I just hear them just blah, 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 blah. And I be like, damn, was that Max? And then I like, Max would be right next to me. I be like, oh no, that's coming from over there. I be like,
She trying to hold it in and it just slip out. She be like, oh my bad, I'm so sorry.
Listen, let me tell y'all. When I first met Chris, I would not eat in front of him.
She
barely
would go
drink.
She would go.
Okay,
we stayed at the hotel, y'all.
I wanted him to think I was this perfect person.
I caught her one time. Right, we stayed in the hotel when I first met her. You know, because I was in the streets. I was paying for hotel every night, hotel rental. So we stay in the hotel. She'd go in the bathroom like she peeing. turn the water on. She used the bathroom real quick, like 30 seconds.
It was like,
Shit, drop one real quick.
Let them out. Just the ones that can't hold.
The cracker.
Real quick.
Just the ones you can't hold.
And she'd clean it up real good. I don't smell nothing.
That's
when I
right.
come in there.
Oh my God.
And I asked the one that like, when do you be shitting? I never be shitting in front of me.
Because we together, at
together
this
all
point,
day.
All day.
24/7.
We
From the
literally-
first time
my
I
phone
ever
rings
met
so
him,
much.
we have been together
All-
24/7.
First day we ever spent together, from that day on, we was together every day.
Every single day.
So he's like, when are you being a human?
When she,
Like,
So-
I go get out the car to handle my business. She eat her food when I get out the car. I get back in the car, her food gone. I'm like, where the food go?
I
She's
done
like,
swallowed that food.
I ate it.
I done swallowed
One
it.
bite.
I done swallowed it. I'm probably so hungry, I just can't even take
She
it no
trying
more.
to fake it, hold it.
See, but you know what's so crazy about that is I think at times, for real, like we all just automatically expect something from one another. Now, me personally, I just wouldn't care. I'd just be like, okay, she comfortable, whatever. I think sometimes, like with her, she was so comfortable early though because we knew each other
Right.
from 13.
And see, and that makes a difference.
That make a difference, though.
So it'd be like
Man,
with
but
me,
she know you ain't gonna judge her.
yeah,
Right.
like with me, when I go to the like take a dump or something, I want straight peace. I
Oh,
want
yeah.
be by myself. I want
yeah.
to sit in there,
That's
close
how I
the
be.
door,
I'll be in there for
That's
take
40
everything
minutes.
over,
Yes.
I'll walk
yeah,
right
and be
in.
comfortable.
Yeah.
She'd just walk straight in, and I'd be like, damn, this is the time I'm supposed
And
to be
then we stand there, have a whole
alone.
conversation.
Yeah.
He just looking at me
And I'd
like,
be sitting there like,
See, we the opposite.
You
See,
ain't gonna
when he
leave?
have his piece, and I don't want to be in there.
And I be
But when I'm
happy. That's
having
the only
my
piece I
piece,
get from her and the baby.
oh man,
I run to that
but
bathroom.
Yeah.
But Chris,
Oh yeah, when she got her, I'm running in there. I'm in there. I need to come in here because she in there too long.
but before we got to that point when we first lived together, Blake would wake up because he was the shit every morning.
Yeah.
He
Me too.
would wake up and
That's a
drive.
man thing.
He would drive
I would
all the
leave.
way to his mama house. He'll leave and
my
drive all the way to his
God.
mama house because he
Oh,
would
you know,
not.
God.
you know what's crazy is I'm real particular about a toilet in a bathroom.
okay,
So even like when we moved together, I was particular about the bathroom. I was like, I have my bathroom that I feel
Yeah.
great in.
Yeah.
And then when I walk in that bathroom, I'm like, this ain't the same feeling. I got
right.
to go down to my mom.
He literally now he'll go to his bathroom. He would turn the heat all the way up. Because the toilet sits next to the vent, it has to be warm. It has to be a
Got to
certain
be warm
temperature.
temperature.
So you got
I
to
was
say,
like,
Yeah. Like, and it's crazy. Like, so we got 3 bathrooms. We got one in our bedroom, we got one in the studio room, and we got one downstairs. I don't even use the one downstairs because I know other people come over and use it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And majority of our family is women. So I'd be like, everybody ass been on that damn toilet. like everybody's
That's the ass toilet.
Yeah, everybody ass come and be on that toilet. Even like when like our moms have
It's
spent the
like,
night, or like
even
her
when you
mom
clean
spent
it,
the night
he
or
still
something.
feels like that.
Yeah,
Like
I just know.
bleach ain't enough for him.
Yeah.
It's not even a dirt
There's
thing.
no booties below.
Yeah,
I
it's
know,
not even.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It
It's
ain't
not even
dirt.
a butt thing
Right.
or a dirty thing. It's just like, I be like somebody I know, like they butt been on that.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm not looking at their butt.
Shout out to Blake.
Yeah.
Blake better not get in no trouble. Shout out to Blake because
Right.
he ain't gonna never take no shit in the joint on that metal toilet.
But see, that's the thing
It's
though.
all metal.
See, that's the thing though. Like when I had gotten that little bullshit and I had to do that, or because I was in Boy Scouts my whole life, so I didn't shit outside.
Yeah, I'm about to say I'm
Oh,
from
okay.
the projects. I shit
Yeah,
outside,
I'm about to say-
tree houses.
comfortably,
playgrounds.
You know what I'm saying? But I didn't.
my
Like if I
God.
got to do what I got to do, I'm gonna make it
I
happen.
gotta
Yeah.
go.
You know what I'm saying? But it's just something about me where it's like, and it's not even like, okay, my wife butt been on there, but I'd be like, that butt is enticing to me. I like that butt.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But then like
50 more butts.
yeah, like we be over, it'd be like a barbecue or
Sorry,
something
my
over
butt
here.
was on the toilet. I'm guilty. My butt was on that toilet.
Yeah.
It'd be like a barbecue or something. And then every
Everybody in and
time,
out, in and
it
out.
be, and it's all, I'm always the only dude. So when you
Right.
come
Oh
around,
yeah.
It's an OCD
Always-
thing for Blake, for sure.
I'm always the only dude, and I just be in my mind mentally. I be clocking it like
OCD.
one
At this
butt,
point, it's a public
2 butt,
restroom.
3 butt. And I ain't gonna
One butt,
fake.
2 butt, 3
Not
butt.
to, listen, not to be funny or none of that, but Ty got a butt family. So I know that toilet be in there taking a beating.
Especially if they all pissy like Nayanda too. Gotta keep peeing and sitting that butt down.
I gotta be every 5 minutes. So yeah.
Them feel a big old booty.
Yeah.
I know that toilet be
I
taking
can't argue with you though, cause I
beating,
got on some
bruh.
toilets afterwards and it be hot.
Bruh.
All booty on here.
All booty. For sure.
And it's just crazy. Like, it be certain things that you just don't like. I was more than comfortable with anything. Like, Ty talk to me, something, I tell her anything. She be like, I don't want to know that shit. And I wouldn't care. Like, I'd be like, all right, yeah, whatever. You know, it is what it is. But it's just, that's how I used to always be.
For
like,
sure.
with her, when she was in the bathroom, she'd be like, she'd have me either sit at the door and talk to her.
Like, come talk
Or
to
come
me.
in the bathroom and talk to her.
Nayanda be wanting to be like, "Are you up here?" I'm like, "Man, shut up."
Yeah, I need my pee.
She don't even.
I'm
want
like
she
you,
ain't
Blake.
even- She gonna act like she peeing if I come in there. Blake.
Yeah.
Man, listen.
I'm running water a
I
little
don't,
bit.
but I
so
be
you
wanting
can't
my
hear
piece too.
nothing.
Blake. I be having to argue with her like, I'm upstairs using the bathroom. What do y'all want?
For sure. That's
the baby
me.
coming up the
That's me.
stairs.
If I gotta go to the bathroom, I come straight in here. I go straight in there. I close that door. I lock it, and I get my piece. I get my piece. You know what I'm saying? That's the main thing. That's the main thing that I do when I be need my piece or need my moment of clarity. And then the bathroom, even in our bedroom, I don't even go in there no more because she done took over that bathroom.
Yeah.
I can
Like,
see that. I mean,
she
it's
moved me
convenient
out
for her.
the bathroom.
I did.
Like, literally, slowly.
So is
moved
this
me
your
out the
bathroom?
Yes.
Okay.
Like, she slowly moved me out the
I did.
bathroom.
I did. It's
Like, I'm
it's
talking
stuff.
about-
It's
yeah.
like both sides of the sink.
Oh my
I'm talking about it's so
Hair
it's
products
so
and stuff.
man. Listen,
Makeup,
Yo,
hair products,
yeah.
face
God,
products,
yeah.
everything.
it's so
Rug,
bad now.
the rug. I be having to like your hair in the rug.
Man.
Get the hair.
It's so bad now to the point like she'll like I put my body wash or something in there and she'll be like straightening up all her stuff and she'll be like, here Max, go get this to your daddy. And I'm
this out
like,
here.
it's in the bathroom.
Why is this here?
And she be like, why is it in
Why
here?
is it
though? Go put it in the bathroom in the studio.
Right.
She'll give me my clothes. She'll move me out. Like,
I did not give you your clothes.
she done gave me my hoodies. Like, you want to hang them up in there? Because I do have a lot of my hoodies hung up in
Okay.
That
here.
is true. That is true.
She done gave me like my clothes.
Cause
Like,
my clothes are starting to go exceed over to his side of the closet.
Oh,
so I'm like,
yeah.
just move some of your stuff to the studio.
See,
Side of
what,
the
the
closet, I
thing
don't
that I
get
hate
no
about
closet.
our house is that, see, Chris smokes. So
Smoke weed, so I be in the bathroom.
I don't like the smell
She don't
to
be on the- they
travel.
don't want the
Yeah.
I
smell,
feel
so I go
like,
in the
you know, my
bathroom.
bathroom,
yeah.
you know, my baby is in here. We have a bathroom in the basement. Go in the basement.
But you know why I don't like the
You know?
bathroom in the basement?
what?
Cause just imagine a toilet right there where that's at.
Right.
Ain't nothing around it, nothing, just a toilet. That's how the bathroom
Just-
is. A
that's
basement.
it?
It's just a toilet. When you walk down the stairs, you just see the toilet.
It ain't even closed?
No, it's not
They
closed.
just put a toilet in our basement. It's just a toilet.
just
in the
a toilet.
It looks like they had something before, but
Y'all
they kind
need
of
to
like.
do the history of that house, man. It may be a kidnapper or something that had that
Oh,
motherfucker.
God.
That toilet sitting on that.
It's literally no
It's
no
really- when you
wall,
walk down
no
the stairs,
nothing. It's literally just
If
a
I'm on
toilet.
the toilet, you're gonna see me personally. And
Like, if you just walk down the stairs, you just all ass
Oh
right there.
And
yeah.
actually, I was
But,
using the toilet.
it's just us,
It's just
you know.
us, but I was
So
using it,
go
but
in the
it's-
basement,
ain't no piece
smoke,
like shutting
and do
the
what you
door.
do.
No,
Turn the
yeah,
water on.
yeah,
I turn the water on, shut the door,
You
so I
turn
can
the water on,
let the
too?
water run. So I don't want to hear nothing but the water in the bathroom. Get my phone out, and I sit on that toilet, smoke my blunt, and I've been there for an hour.
See, I just need to go in that joint. I go in there, you close the
an
door.
hour.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Hour.
See, you know what? I used to be able to be in the bathroom that long, but now I can't.
I need it. You hear me?
Like
Between them two girls,
Yeah.
that baby in her.
man, and see, that's the thing. Like, I be in there, and then the next thing you know, I hear them. Or like the
Yeah.
other day, I was like, "Hey, I'm going to the bathroom." So as soon as I get in there, I get comfortable. I sit down. You know, I'm going through YouTube. I'm looking at stuff or whatever, and then I hear
Couple
Mega
boys. Yeah.
in the room.
Climb, yeah.
And I'm like,
That's us.
all my equipment and shit in there, everything in there. I'm like,
gotta
what
get
is
up.
going
Time
on?
to get up.
So I'm like, go downstairs. And I'm like, all right, you messing up my 1-2, man. So I'm like, let me just go ahead and cut this short and go downstairs. Like, it just be weird stuff like that
Yeah.
when you in a relationship that you just
Definitely.
And there's some things where I don't know. There are some things where I do gotta still feel a little bit uncomfortable, but overall, it's just like our comfort level. Maybe it's too close to comfort.
Yeah.
Vice versa.
But
Definitely.
I literally, because we would
I
just
said, you
just
too
yeah.
comfortable.
Just earlier, he was making fun of my other wig I had on, and I just snatched that thing off,
Yeah.
and he was just looking at me like,
Because we sitting there and
and
she
I
looked
threw
up.
it at him.
Yeah. we was sitting there. She was laying there. And she looked at me, and I was like, "Your hat crooked." And she and she just take that joint off, throw it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I think at some point you just once you around somebody every single day, it's like with me, I'm like I have nothing to hide.
Right.
Like we was talking about, like
that's him. He's an open book.
I'm open book. I don't got nothing to hide.
For sure. Like we talked about that earlier. Like just like with the whole jacking off and stuff like that. Like I ain't got nothing to hide. Like you ain't never gonna walk in on me though. You ain't gonna catch me.
He feel like he got everything to hide.
I just don't want you to never know my business.
You ain't gonna never catch me.
That's some personal.
You ain't gonna never catch me. You ain't gonna that. Yeah. You ain't gonna catch
my recent page.
I don't even be trying to catch you. I just be like,
no, I will say this. I'll actually use his phone.
She trying to go to my recent pages.
And it's not even on purpose. If my phone is there and I need to Google something.
Going right to the internet and trying to see
the first thing that pops up is big booty black girls.
He keeps his
internet. So I'm like,
he keeps his browser on private.
I know how to do it.
I see my browser. See, I go through this website called DuckDuckGo.
Okay.
So it's a website.
For that, don't you?
No. It's just a website.
You pay for that, don't you?
It don't track. Like for real, it don't track like
xnxx.com will get you knocked.
Oh yeah.
As soon as your girl go on the thing, the blue screen.
Look, and then what's so crazy too though is a lot of them now they be so messed up. Like when you click on something, it'll send you to a different video, a different page.
My God.
So it'll be something that you ain't even in, like you ain't looking at. Like you'll be looking at your phone, right? You pull up, you be like, all right, shit, we gonna look at Ebony today. We gonna look at some black chicks. So you go to your little category, you go down. This for everybody who ain't been on porn sites, which I know everybody has been. But you go down,
right? Okay.
You go down to the category you want, and when you click on it, like the browser will open a second page, with the video of what you want to watch.
Look at me acting like I know what they talking about.
Look,
Girl,
but the first page change to something else. It'd be like cam girls. So like you'll close it out and that cam girls thing will stay on there and it'll look like you was into some weird cam girl shit. And you like, no, I'm not looking at, I was looking at porn, but I wasn't looking at cam girls.
Right, okay.
It'd be old grannies.
It'll send you some shit like that. Like you click on something and it'd be like grandma's in your area. You like, I ain't even never looked at nothing with grandma.
You want a freaky grandma in your area?
So how do y'all feel about like women doing the same thing? You ever?
I just feel, you know what I tell you. Just don't let me see you because I be feeling like it's, especially with her, when you be acting funny to me, and then I catch you doing that. I'm disrespecting.
Now if you,
like I said, you got the real deal, right? I can see if the real deal acting funny.
Sometimes it's not about that.
I know, I understand, because I'll be going through it. But
we've actually sat down together. Like we sat down and he tried to show me what he. Excuse me, what he'll watch, just so I can maybe like try to get into it or something. And I literally sit there and watch like 5 minutes. Like I'm not watching this. I'm just not with it.
This is your thing.
Yeah.
Yes,
but see, she don't have a thing though.
Okay.
So like I'd be like, well, maybe
I do have a thing. I just want you. That's it. That's my thing.
Okay.
All
right.
That's my only thing.
That's
I don't
right.
want to watch no porn. I don't want to watch none of that. Like, just bring me you.
I know that's right.
That's the thing. Like, and so with her, it'd be times where I'd be like, okay, when is it gonna pop off? It's been a week. It's been 2 weeks.
That's what I do.
Okay,
after a week or two, that's what I do.
Get into it.
Y'all, listen.
Get into it.
If you don't give it to me tonight, I'm taking it.
Oh, see, man.
If you don't give it to me tonight, I'm taking it.
We didn't got into full blown arguments about that.
Me and Chris watched the show on what is it called? Black Love or something. It's on. Yeah, and they were having a conversation about sex and marriage. So a lot of people were coming up with different ways on how they kept it fun in the bedroom. And, you know, these people have been married 10, 12, 15 years. So how did you keep it fun? And so one couple was like, we have a red light in our bedroom. Ooh. You know, if the red light comes on one night, we have to have sex.
No questions asked.
No questions asked.
I like that idea.
Where that bitch at?
Right.
Excuse my name.
Amazon right now.
Right.
I'll put a red hoodie over that.
It has to be
like
some type
light.
of balance, honestly.
But see, this is the thing. Okay. Balance is one thing. But when y'all got a motherfucker waiting 2 weeks, and this is the real.
That's why we tell her we men.
This is the real. This is the real killer. This is the real killer. when you done waited them 2 weeks, you be like, all right, tonight I ain't
Come
waiting.
on.
And then you
Oh.
come, no, not even period. Like you come and be like, hey man, what's up? Da, da, da. And I'm tired. The fuck, it's been 2 weeks. You don't get a I'm tired pass.
Right,
tonight.
for sure.
You get a bet.
Yeah.
Let's make this shit happen. I've been waiting.
I start an argument. I'll be like, "What you doing then? Like you must get somebody else entertaining you.
For
You don't
sure.
want this?
Yeah,
Cause
but
it-
to
cause-
that-
I know you want some.
Because
No.
it do that to you though. Like
It does.
at times where you be like, okay, hold on, like what the fuck
It's,
going on?
it's
Like,
called sexually frustrated.
man.
Yeah.
And you literally and you know something else I noticed though is sometimes we'll have the biggest arguments, and I'll be like, it's because we ain't fucked.
Yo, man.
Yeah.
Like as quiet as
That's why I
it's
tell her,
That's
after
true.
we
That's
after we
true.
9 6, I'd be like, now if you do this more often, I won't complain. I won't care about nothing you do.
You can do whatever you want to do. I just need this more often.
You could be gone. I say, just give me this. You could be gone.
Yeah.
Leave me with the baby,
Now,
whatever.
I'll say for me, after I had my baby, that changed the whole sex outlook for me.
I could say that too.
It's like
her energy.
I
don't
wasn't.
be like,
My
yeah.
energy was
You
just
remember
not into it
having the
anymore.
mirror, like,
Having
damn, I
the
know I'm that
baby.
nigga. Like, I know I'm the
Yeah.
man still. Like, she look at me like I'm the man still. What is the problem? But
Having
I
the baby,
understand
it took a while for me to come back into myself. You know, and so in my mind, I'm thinking like, okay, he's my husband. He has to be patient. You know. And even though he was, it was still times to where I felt like even if I wasn't ready, I had to just go ahead and do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just sacrifice.
I had to just sacrifice it, honestly.
I think
all right once we get to go.
for
Once we start, it's
for
gonna
me,
be cool.
for me, I just because we've been
Y'all be having so much on y'all plate.
Man,
don't
listen.
y'all?
So me and Blake, it was just kind of like when we were younger. It wasn't like at the drop of a dime. We boom, boom, boom
All day, every
'Cause
day.
all day, every day. It was so much fun. We carefree,
Man.
and then you put the relationship aspect on it, right?
Yeah.
So on top of the relationship aspect, you go through the little early honeymoon stage or whatever. It's fun, but then when it gets serious and y'all go through some shit,
Yeah.
So for me,
It's life.
yes,
Nah,
life,
shit going
life
on.
hit you, right?
Shit going on,
So for
man.
me personally, we went through so many ups and downs, and there were times in our relationship and our marriage where I was unattracted to my husband.
Yeah.
And it
I've
wasn't,
had the moments.
and it wasn't that he wasn't handsome, he wasn't
It's
sexy,
just
because
all
I
daily
knew
life, what y'all
Yeah.
going
it
through.
was just the stress of
attitudes,
all
the
the stuff that
arguments.
we were going
I'm not-
through in our
I'm not turned
household.
on.
Yeah, I'm not turned on. Like we
Yeah.
we got bigger issues to deal with in our relationship
right.
other than this.
That's
so,
right.
but those are some of the things that I had to deal
For sure.
with, and
Definitely
I had to
agree with you on that.
recognize for myself, because it was just like he was suffering, and I'm over here like, shit, we got this bill to pay.
Yeah.
We got
That's how
this.
she be.
Yeah, so it was.
And guess what I be
tough.
saying? If once we do this, we gonna think about that with a nice mindset.
This is the thing with that though. That's life.
That's
It is
So
like
that,
Exactly.
I don't give no pass for you like, oh, I'm not gonna take care of my husband because life is happening.
No, and I'm not.
Life don't
yeah.
stop.
No.
No, and I'm not
So-
saying, and I wasn't saying I should get a pass for it. What I was saying was I had to recognize that what I was doing was not working. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
You know, because at the end of the day, that is life, and
That
I
is
cannot
true.
use this as an excuse,
Right.
To not, because then I'm
Man.
really fucking up
That's
my own
crazy.
self
It's like
too.
I love being with y'all. Y'all make us because we be thinking we the only ones go through these.
No,
Yeah.
I had to realize
The
it for
dry
myself
spells be
because
real.
I
Them
know.
dry spells be real,
Yeah,
man.
and I be horny, but I'm like, man,
And they so real for me
yeah.
because
I don't
I'm
wanna
used to
get
being
up
a certain
tomorrow.
way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
it's a lot.
I ain't used to that. Like I'm used to. I need it.
Yeah. And see, the thing is with me with that too, though, is as a man, you look and so many things. Once you become a husband, you get shelved. Especially when you become a father.
I was
and
just
you
about
with
to
your,
say
like,
that. I
You
was
you
just
get
about to say
shelved
that.
for so many things.
You
Like
do.
it don't matter what it is. It's like you get
You
shelved.
shelved.
And so then you just be like, okay, you telling me you sleepy, but you'll stay up and watch TV all goddamn night. You ain't that
You on
sleepy.
that phone.
Or you telling me you tired
Okay.
and,
go to sleep,
and
you
you'll
on
be
that
on that
phone.
phone all night.
Very true.
Or you'll be like, oh, I don't be thinking about it, or I gotta da 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 whatever. And I'll be like, but I bet you gonna get your ass up tomorrow and you'll have the energy to go get them lashes done.
Right.
Or you
Very
gonna have the
true.
energy to go get them
Right.
nails done.
Right.
Or you gonna have the energy to go shop or sit on the
Here's
phone
a
and all
kicker.
that shit.
Here's a kicker. There were times in our relationship and our marriage where I didn't even feel sexy enough for him. Like I didn't buy lingerie because I wasn't comfortable with my body. And he'll be sitting there like, girl, I
Okay.
love
That's how
your
I be.
body.
I was like, man, what
I
you
love
say?
your
That's what I
boobies.
used to tell her.
I
I
love
gotta
your
kiss your
butt.
whole body.
He'll ask asked me, he's like,
Just everything.
he'll say, let's go to the store buy lingerie, and I wasn't
That's
even
the same thing I
comfortable. I was
That's true.
Lingerie on for me.
I was
Come with this baby.
suffering. I was
Yeah.
suffering in my own body, in my own
Yes.
skin. And
Wow,
do y'all
Ty.
believe me? And it wasn't until I had kids that I felt confident. I felt sexy as a
Really?
woman. I swear to God, it wasn't until I had my baby. Now, mind you, I wasn't, still getting like lingerie, but I didn't feel sexy enough.
Yeah.
Until I had my son.
Wow.
It's crazy. But he'll tell me, he's like, let's go buy lingerie. And it's just
Okay.
like, I don't even know what I'm going to look like.
Are
And
you
he's
sorry?
like, I
That's
love
what I be saying.
you.
I'll be like,
I
put that
love you in
lingerie
that.
on.
Yeah, like
So-
it ain't no
But
mystery.
now I get that shit, girl. I put it on from the
I
other
tell her that. I say, for me to marry you, I love
listen,
your body.
yeah.
Like before
I
you
walk
got your body done, all
around.
that. I love your body for you marry you. Now she's
And
so
that's
comfortable.
what I love.
She never wear clothes now.
Yeah, I walk around with thongs on, and I never done that.
did that.
In 9 years, okay?
And I tell her, I say,
I've never done it.
sexy to me. What you think for y'all women, y'all more
And like
crucial on
Tyler
yourself.
said, I just wasn't comfortable, you know.
That's because y'all harder on yourself.
Yeah.
And this,
Yeah.
and this is somebody who's seen me grow, like my body grow
Yeah.
from a young woman.
I done definitely seen
to
your
an
glow up.
adult. Yes, my
Definitely.
I done
glow
seen
up.
you. Yeah, you
From
like
when
me,
I was
Ty, you
a
was an athlete,
teenager.
wasn't you?
Yeah, I was all muzzle.
Yeah.
Six pack looking
Athlete.
like
Right.
yeah. So it was just like, and then growing to a young woman to a woman and stuff like that. He's really just loved me all through all of that, but I wasn't loving myself.
Yeah. That's a big factor.
And you know what's crazy is too, it'd be a lot of times where you just be so frustrated and you be like, okay, I'm not about to just keep sitting back and not getting what I want. And then even as a man, like when you come up there and you come now, you like, man, I'm about to come aggressive now. Like I'm tired.
I'm tired of playing.
And then even when you come aggressive, like when they meet you
still-
with that
yeah,
same aggression, telling you no, you be like, man, what the fuck is going on?
Let me
Like,
ask you this, Ty. I'm sorry, I'll be to cut you off. Like, what is it for you? Like why do you get in those moments to where you're just not?
Because, and it goes back to what I was saying earlier, like our situation with life things. So like Blake, what he wants is affection, intimacy, and stuff like that.
Drop a
sure.
bomb on
Yeah.
that one.
What I want
hug
is
sometimes.
security,
Yeah.
financial stability.
Comfortability.
Oh man.
So for me, I was
Wow.
so clouded, and I'm saying not saying clouded in a negative way, but I was clouded because I'm over here thinking about fixing my credit and
Definitely.
building it up. I want to buy us a house. I want to do all of this, and
We in
so
podcast.
that's my love language.
Definitely.
His
Oh
is
wow.
affection and touch and
Ty,
stuff like
yes,
that.
it makes sense.
That's my love
But see,
language.
My cousin's
But see,
podcast.
So go ahead.
that's the thing with that though is the camera cut off.
Oh.
Brief
Did it
intermission.
die?
Brief
Yeah,
intermission.
that bitch died.
Brief intermission.
So we back. This is gonna be one of them episodes. It may be a little tad bit choppy. The camera done died on this. We run into a couple of technical problems. But we definitely want to say we enjoyed this. We had a good time.
Yes.
Definitely.
This
Time
was definitely
flies
a
when you're
vibe.
having fun.
Oh
Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Definitely a vibe for sure.
And we gonna do this again. We gonna do this again real soon. We gonna make sure we get them back, so we can get them on another episode.
Oh yeah.
I'm coming back dolo too. Me and
Oh,
Blake.
for sure. You know what I'm saying? We gonna have one of them
The
kick them
husbands.
out.
The husbands pulling through.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
Kick their ass out.
Well,
and
we gotta
some
have
real
one for the
talk.
girls, for the wives.
It's coming.
Oh, it's on the way.
coming. We
Okay,
setting it
man.
up.
It's on the way. So this was episode 6. This was our marriage episode, for better or worse.
Oh man, it was everything.
Yeah, it was definitely good.
CX.
And you know what?
Therapeutic.
It was. I was
Very.
just about to say that. Very therapeutic, you know. And I hope everybody got a chance to enjoy. I hope everybody got a chance to laugh. I hope
yeah.
everybody got a chance to just think about their situations and understand the bigger picture of a relationship, things like that.
Definitely.
Let's get y'all ats one more time, and then we're gonna close this joint
At
out.
Ty Million Official.
I am at Run It Up Nay.
I am at a long word. Big Cook _ free J9.
Don't spell it out again.
So, and you know, at Real $1 Million Dose, this was a good one. But you know how we end every single episode. we gonna end it with them good tunes.
That's right.
Till we see y'all next episode.
Until next week.
We
Peace
love
out.
y'all.
Episode 6.
Thanks for having us, guys.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
And
my
we
God,
want to
thank
say y'all the
for
best
coming.
hosts we
Oh man,
bumped into.
y'all made us so comfortable. Y'all made us feel at home. It was
For sure.
everything.
For sure. I'm glad y'all
Thank
did.
y'all
This
for
was
coming.
a ball. This was
It
fun.
was fun.
And
Oh,
we
yeah.
gonna do it again soon.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Definitely,
Until next
definitely.
time.
All right.
Everybody stay safe.
Love y'all.
Love y'all. We gonna catch y'all on the next one.
Peace out.
Peace out.
Can't bite my tongue, say what I please. Diamonds dancing up my sleeve. Dropped out school just ain't for me, but I still know my ABCs. Pills of X, got O's and P's. Catching plays, you catching Z's. Trapping out the double tree, just counted up like 40 G's. Ace of spade, let's have a toast. That's $1 million dose. Run up bands and do the most. Still breaking bread with all my folks. Jewels every time I spoke. Zaza every time I smoke. Slept on floors when I was broke. Now I give all my people hope. Food for thought, go grab a fork. VIP look like the fourth. Beat first, I jumped off the porch. We slide on ops like it's a sport. Crack infested, racks invested. Count my blessings, learn my lesson. Odds against me, God was with me. Up a mid and buy a Bentley. Chop it with you, give you gain. You just like me, you feel my pain. Chop it with you, give you gain. You just like me, you feel my pain. Ace of spade, let's have a toast. That's $1 million dose. Run up bands and do the most. Giving game to all my folks. Ace of spade, let's have a toast. That's $1 million dose. Run up bands and do the